Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? How are we doing today? It is a fun time today. It's going to be Fun Day Friday. And we've got the man, the myth, the legend himself. I've got Tiberius with me today. Let me see if I can get you coming in, my man.
How y'all holding up?
Perfect. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just saying A.
Oh no. Do you think I'm good? Just saying what's up.
All right, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. So I got you playing. I think we're able to do so. I should be able to have this playing and the music at the same time. So Tiberius, you should be relatively, most of the people should be relatively familiar with you, but if you had to describe yourself in a couple words, let the people know what's up.
Tall, dark, and handsome. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me stop. No, kind of just always chilling, laid back. Usually kind of a memer, I guess, of the community. But
Meme lord for sure. Meme lord for sure.
I don't know if I have the best reputation, but I do have a reputation.
I think you've got a good reputation. I don't know why. Well, don't talk down about yourself like that.
Oh, true. Forgive me. But nah, what's up, guys? I know most y'all know me in the chat, but if you don't know, I also, make YouTube videos. You can check out my channel. Got a lot of Kagurabachi on there, like we're about to talk today.
Yeah, actually, here we go. I'll toss you a question as an icebreaker. Jacob Harrison, thank you for the dono. Do you know about the Roswell incident? So Tiberius, what do you know about the Roswell incident?
Is that like revolving aliens? Is that
That's
aliens,
what I know about it, I think.
I'm an old head. Back in my day, that's what the Roswell incident is. But kids today, the Roswell incident could be anything. Like a big Gojo figure incident. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if there's been a new Roswell incident, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the old one was about like aliens and stuff. I don't know too much about it, but
same. It's like the X-Files. Like that was really big back in the day. Our day.
Oh, here we go. Basically, an alien crash landed at a military base and its corpse communicated with a nurse telepathically. Damn.
Okay, now I'm out of it. Now it's an anime. It's an anime plot.
That's that sounds like some Kenjaku shit right there, man.
It's like Goku's technically an alien. You know what I'm
saying? So anyway, guys, you can see on the screen we've got no operator, Tiberius, two sides, and what we're gonna do today, you could definitely see by the title, we're going to be building new Enchanted Blade teams. I've got my team. We're gonna have Tiberius's team. We're gonna have the almighty wheel also participating, spinning for the different wheels, and we will be going through our different choices for all of the different Enchanted Blades. Obviously, there's two Enchanted Blades that have not been revealed yet, so I picked two choices. I'm pretty sure Tiberius picked two choices for them as well, right?
Yes, sir.
And we're just gonna kind of improvise on those. But that's how I understand it. This was Tiberius's idea, so I don't want to take credit. So I'll also let him, if he has anything extra to add on or anything fun that he wants to throw in as well.
You just about covered it. I mean, we limited ourselves to only one character per series. So I mean, Bleach and Hell's Paradise, they have like a good pot to pull from. But we limited ourselves to one per series. And like you said, like the two remaining like Enchanted Blades, we don't know, like Subaru and the girl. It's really just kind of a vibe check sort of thing, But, I mean, other than that. One thing I do want to, I guess, like remind everybody that, technically no operator and Tiberius, we're like Rakuhiras, in this stream, like we're choosing like swordsmen or characters because they don't have to be swordsmen necessarily that we feel would fit the blade. So this is our own interpretation of who fits each, blade. Like we don't know what Sojo's sorcery was before Cloud Gouger, and this Sunday we'll find out about Uruha, but you never know, so it doesn't necessarily have to be like a one-to-one match, is what I'm saying.
I feel that. I definitely, for mine, I definitely tried to go for like just who I feel like would be a good fit, but like you said, like some of them are a little bit off the wall for sure. So I'm excited to see you saying that. I'm really excited to see what your choices were actually.
Oh yeah, what I got for Enton, I think is gonna make your head spin.
Ooh, all right, all right, all right. All right,
We'll
hold
get
on.
there though.
Yeah, no, we will get there. We will get there. 1 second. I'm trying to just fix something real quick. There we go. Okay. All right, are you ready? Do you have anything else that you want to preface before we get started and we spin the almighty wheel?
No, I think I'm good.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we covered everything for the most part. Guys, I would also love to see what your guys's what your guys's Enchanted Blade drafts would be as well. So if you have any fun Enchanted Blade draft picks that you want to drop, definitely feel free to drop them in the comments. Also,
Do it
I
on the
know,
Reddit.
or
Go on the
on the
Reddit.
Reddit, or on the Reddit. That's a good point. That's a good point, Tiberius. Very good point. Hold on, let me go ahead. Let me drop that knowledge. Look at you. Hold on.
That's it.
Doing better
Hey,
than
I'm
I
not a
am.
mod and not a mod in this community for nothing.
Let's
I do some work. I do some work, you know. I don't let just Mario do everything.
hey, listen, you know what? Everybody's got their own special skills. You know what? I'll take Meme Lord, but all the extra things that come with it, I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy to include in the RPG party that we've got going on the mod team.
Oh yeah. That's a dungeon crawling group there, boy.
Oh, Mario's right here. Hold on. Let me mod you right now while you're here. That being said, let's get started. Let's bring out the wheel. Now, Tiberius, how exactly do you want to do this? Do you want to have your own wheel? Do you want to just, well, I guess technically we're just dropping whatever never mind. I understand what we're doing. That was a dumb question.
Yeah, we can take turns going who goes first or whatever.
Cool. I'll let you go first. This was your idea, so I'll let you go first. We'll spin the wheel, and then whatever blade gets revealed, you can reveal yours first. Send me the picture, and we'll get it on screen, and we'll hear your reasoning, and we'll hear what your presentation is for the class.
Yeah, this might also be a good opportunity for some people to get recommended some anime or manga, or recommend us different characters from series that we might be interested in.
That's also a very good point as well. All right, can you see the wheel, Tiberius, or do you need me to share my screen with you?
No, you're good. I got the stream pulled up.
All right, bet. I have it set to ultra latency, right? Okay, I do. Perfect. I might. This is the second. I wanted to make sure I had the stream settings right. I might have fucked up on that, but we're good. All right, let's spin this wheel. Actually, let me see if I can also have the sound of the wheel included, just because I feel like that's just like one of those oddly satisfying things, if you know what I mean.
You know, it's funny. It's like you're blue balling us with the first wheel spin. It's like right when you get to like click at the spin, you're like, but wait, hold on, I gotta go back.
That's what I'm here for. All right, here we go. We gotta keep we gotta keep us guessing. It's all about being a host. All about being, the I don't even know what I'm saying. Let's spin the wheel. All right, let's go.
Game is game.
Game is game. All right,
Mario's favorite quote.
Who we got first?
Ooh.
Oh wow, very well, you know what? I feel like that's probably one of the best ways to start, because it's like we can really see how crazy we went for these, and then we can get into the more like hard hitting, ones that we had to kind of fit a box. Not really fit up. You get what I'm saying? I think this is a good introduction.
I mean, if you want me just to, let me send you the picture, and then I'll go ahead and
pick.
This one is just straight like vibe check for me, but it does give me like on panel presence. It has a similar kind of like feel. I mean, I don't think he'll be. It's hard to live up to this character, but just in terms of like personality. Like it's giving King Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Ooh, okay.
Just older, grumpy guy. I mean, King Bradley wasn't necessarily like super grumpy, or like, I guess that wasn't like his like a moniker that he held, but he has that presence of like like back the fuck up, and really I think they do look alike a bit. Or Yamamoto, like I thought about Yamamoto, because if you see like the pictures of when Yamamoto from Bleach was younger, he looks like the Subaru as well. But I ended up going with King Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, just like a vibe check.
Okay. I like it. And you know what? Full Metal Alchemist King Bradley is one of my favorite characters, especially like I don't because there's two versions of it, right? But I like the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood version. Like he has like some of the most savage moments in that whole series when he's like going up against the tank and he's gonna fight
That
Scott.
was,
It's so cool.
bro, is just like Aura farming, just walking with his little ass sword. You know, it's and then his fight with Scar goes crazy. You know, it's like Jesus, this dude's a beast.
Oh yeah, dude. When he's like first introduced and shown to be a badass, when he's like fucking like killing Greed like literally like 25 times in a row.
Yeah, he
Man.
was a character that I felt was a bit under. No, like for me personally, when I first watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I think it's a series that has like such a high level of quality in terms of like writing, and it's so consistent. But it's almost like that could be like one flaw, like one minor flaw or nitpick at Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. There's no like lull like before like the big moment, like a spike. You know what I mean? It's like a consistent, you know, and then there's like
Yeah.
a peak, but there's no like huge like jump. And that's a good problem to have, obviously, you know what I mean? But like in Shibuya, I felt like Shibuya did that really well in like for a shonen arc, where like the peaks were like very high and it always just kept you on a roller coaster.
True. I agree with that.
But who do you got for this blade? This is what I'm interested in seeing. What no operator Rakuhira picks.
You know, I'm probably gonna. I've got a good one. I'm maneuvering. There we go, right in the middle. That way, that should be fine. Put chat. Excuse me, right in the middle here, and then I'll pick my. So for me, my choice was. I went a little bit more of the sushi angle, so I thought of like would I think of like hibachi? What would I think of like? I think of like the people that flip the blades, they do all the crazy shenanigans when they're cooking and everything like that. And we just finished a series that had a character that was very good at doing that, and I really much enjoyed. So I thought my pick for this blade, for Subaru's blade, I actually didn't know his name until now. Thank you. My pick ended up being Juzo Suzuya for the fifth enchanted blade. I thought he would be pretty sick. Like I said, I immediately thought of the scene when they're all going to the big mom's ghoul's place, and he's got all the crazy knives and everything that he hides in his legs and he throws around. So I'm thinking he would be really cool. Again, like I was thinking hibachi. I was thinking flipping knives, flipping fucking crazy cleavers, doing crazy shit. I thought he'd be really cool to choose personally. I also, he's, like I said, one of my favorite characters from Tokyo Ghoul. So I thought he fit perfectly.
Yeah, Juzo's got like amazing characterization, you know, and it's such a like it's very subtle, and it's just like a big dump on you. But it's like Ishida did Suya so well, and that's one thing I do like about this. Like I guess I'd call it an exercise almost, is how like we both like are gonna perceive each blade. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how we like take the true realm almost. Like we're like looking at it in a different angle.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you're saying that because it's so true. Like, what are our different interpretations of what like the best possible wielder for that blade would be? Because the cool thing about the enchanted blades is they're going to take the form of whatever their wielder is. Their true realm is going to shift based off of that wielder. So the enchanted blade for Subaru is going to look completely different in King Bradley's hands than it's going to look in Juzo's hands. They could completely take both the forms that we're thinking of. It's just, what like that sword could completely change its shape for Juzo, and like Bradley could wield it in a different way and unlock different moves. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I think like that's kind of Hokuzono was smart, giving himself a back door, you know, to make like the sword fights really engaging, because the whole thing is centered around these, you know, seven, you know, swords. So if like the fights just, you know, if a character like say Hirohiko, right? Hirohiko is now had like 4 major battles or 3 major battles in one arc, mind you. And it's like, you know, of course we see him with the sorcery, then he had his enchanted blade or whatever. And we know he's not finished. Sure, he got bitched out pretty hard, but he's not finished. So we're
We
gonna
hope not.
eventually, yeah, we're eventually gonna see the third ability of Kumayori. You know, it's just like we don't know what it could be, right? So it's like this, what, and we know like with Samura being able to advance his understanding of Toby Mune or his usage of it without touching it for 18 years, it's going to be interesting to see how Hirohiko, what he does with that third ability and synchronizing maybe a little bit deeper with Kumayori.
Yeah, no, honestly, Hirohiko, his comeback is something I'm very excited for because I saw a lot of people that were just shit talking Hirohiko when he got just mentally crumbled by Samura, but I feel like a lot of people that are clowning on him don't realize the kind of growth that can come from a character reaching their rock bottom and being dealt such a fucking just humiliating loss that they're like crying, shitting, and pissing their pants. Like the next time we see Hirohiko, like there are two roads for him, right? There's the road of I can fucking sit and stew in my loss and just be awful, or I can pick myself back up and I can become an even better person than I was that day. And it makes so much sense that that's going to be the way that Hirohiko goes. Hirohiko is going to be, the next time we see him, he's going to be a fucking boss. And he was already a boss, taking down 100 years of swordsmanship in the one Reagan style, right? Off rip with no training. What is Hirohiko going to look like when he swallows his pride, sucks up all of his courage, and basically goes, you know what? Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You know what? Kuguri, teach me swordsmanship. You know what? Let me go the extra mile and actually give it a chance. And I think that will be like, I think we're gonna see a big change in Hirohiko. I don't think we've seen the last of him anytime soon.
Yeah, I think his character arc is meant for him to kind of like be in that that low point. You know what I mean? He's at the like you said, rock bottom. And the worst thing to do is give someone with the potential and the ability to like just survive, because the fact Hirohiko still survived what he just like faced. You know what I mean? Even with an enchanted blade, he just got it and he's fighting, and what I think is the second strongest person in Kagurabachi.
Exactly.
And I think that will always be the case. I don't see Samura getting passed up. I think it's more about the other people, like the new generation, using it differently. But
it's also I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, with like Hirohiko's kind of like Mahito, they have this like potential and this like they can adapt like the 0.2 second domain. Like the worst thing is to give someone like them focus. You give them a target to like really focus. That's the most dangerous thing, because someone with potential, with the right motivation, they'll live up to it.
110%. And I think that was honestly Hokuzono's main point with Hirohiko, because if you think about it, you look at the two battles between Chihiro, Hirohiko, and Samura, like Hirohiko got mentally demolished and destroyed, and while Chihiro really didn't in the grand scheme of things didn't do too much better. He did a little bit because he fought for longer, right? But I think the main point emotionally and like mentally and just character wise is like Chihiro has his goal. He knows what his main reason for existing and fighting is. Whereas Hirohiko, despite having all of this insane potential, like what was his main point to fight and keep breathing and living? To what? So Chihiro could fight him, and Chihiro doesn't look at him during the fight, and he completely mentally collapses and breaks. That's not a real mental reason for being. That's not a real reason for Hirohiko to fight. So I think also a big reason that showed this is how fragile Hirohiko's will was as like a character, and how like you can come with all of the talent and all of the potential, but if you don't have a real reason to fight and be in this battle, then people that do have a reason are going to be able to beat you every single time. Whether they're Samura, the number 2 in the series, or they're Chihiro, who was able to master that EI style right in that last clash with Hirohiko. Because again, obviously you have Iori, he was able to watch Iori, but also because he's fighting for his dad, because he's fighting because he's fighting for Iori. He was part of the person. He was one of the people that inspired Iori to keep going, right? And even be out there in that battle, swinging the sword in the first place. So without Chihiro, there never would have been an Iori to learn that EI White Purity style from. So yeah, either way, I think there's a lot more that needs to be developed with Hirohiko, and I think we'll definitely see that. But are you ready to move to the next blade or?
Yeah, one thing I just want to mention about Hirohiko is I've always thought it was interesting in every major dynamic that opposes Chihiro or Chihiro faces. It's always a parent-child dynamic, and I think Hirohiko plays the role of the child, the Hishaku child, and you're as the parent. And I think like that's kind of like Hirohiko's goal is Chihiro, but Chihiro's goal is like past Hirohiko. Chihiro's goal is Hirohiko's boss. You know, that's why like he doesn't even see him, like he's past him already. You know, Hirohiko's gonna have to show him that resolve, like you said, but we can continue. We got really deep on Hirohiko.
We really did. All right, let's spin this wheel. We ready? Let's see what comes next. It would be crazy if we got Kumayori.
Oof.
What are we working with? Oh wow, it is Kumayori. The gods have shined upon us. That's so funny. I guess I'll go first this time.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'll be completely honest with you. I originally chose Sosuke Aizen for this, but I thought that would just be such an easy cop out. I'm like, he's too obvious. He's too OP.
He could do every blade. Yeah, he could do every blade.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? I think there is a better choice here from the same series. So my choice for Kumayori is gonna be Shinji Hirako.
Okay. I chose a Bleach character too. Just wanted to tell. I was like, oh.
That's fucking so funny. Okay. I'm excited to see. We didn't choose the same character, did we?
No. I was like getting tense for a second.
No, I chose the Shinji Hirako, and I figured my whole idea with Shinji was he's already got like, you know, the illusionary blade. You know, he originally has Sakanade. He's got the Zanpakuto that gives out the smells, and it just completely inverts your entire world. So I figured Kumayori, with what we've seen so far with play, being able to like throw people off their balance, throw people completely out of their whack, and also with the added ability, I don't remember what the second ability is called. Maybe I'm getting them mixed up. But Banquet is the one that throws them off their game. Play is the one that lets you take control of inanimate objects. So yeah, so either way, I thought with Shinji, super laid back, super funny, super cool, while not the exact same kind of personality as Hirohiko. I feel like if they were on the same team, they're characters that would definitely be able to get along. And again, Shinji with like the whole illusionary thing, if he was to swap from Sakanade to Kumayori, while I feel like it's not exactly the same thing, he definitely would be able to pick it up pretty easily and do a pretty decent job. So that was my reasoning behind Shinji.
I think that's a good pick, actually. I didn't even consider Shinji, but I think he does fit the bill for like the reasons you said. It's, you know, he kind of like messes with people's senses, and we saw how kind of like that is a crazy ability. I mean, it made people like made Samura think he literally chopped someone's head off. You know, the wielder of Kumayori. You know, but so I do like that. The Bleach character I went with was actually Shunsui Kuyoraku.
Ooh.
You know, the play thing, and like, you know, his bankai, how it has like kind of the act of a play or whatever, and also with his initial ability, which was, you know, and it's been a while since I've like got into Bleach, but I know it's like basically like childhood games. You know, it's kind of, it just gave me kind of a feel of almost like how Banquet is, where it kind of messes with your senses, where you have to actually like engage in these games with him. But not necessarily. I actually think Shinji's a better pick, to be honest with you. I didn't think about Shinji, but I think he does fit the bill a bit more. But I still like Shunsui for Kumayori.
I like Shunsui too. Do you have a picture for him?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I mean,
I was about to find one for you. Here we go.
His dad.
No,
You know, look at
so
him.
I like Shunsui too. I think Shunsui is another really good pick from Bleach, just because of exactly what you said. Excuse me, the child games. Also, he's just a very kind of like a similar vibe thing. Like he's just kind of like a laid back character who would be able to take advantage of a power like Kumayori, right?
I
Where
think like he's closer to Uruha than he is Hirohiko. You know, like when it comes to, like the wielders of
yeah,
Kumayori in the series.
I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with that. Where yeah, more traditional, more like Aruha. I'm really excited to see what Aruha's cooking next this chapter coming up, because Aruha is a cool character. I love when they were introduced and they were made to feel so powerful, even just without their enchanted blades. Like they were still on a level that was so far past the average sorcerer, and I feel like Shunsui is a character that definitely fits that bill. The character that you think, oh, he wouldn't have his enchanted blade, he's at a disadvantage, when actually Shunsui is a boss, like no matter what, you know, version of him you're getting. So I think he's definitely like a character that would not only be able to make the most of Kumayori, but he's someone that, like you said, fits the bill of like Aruha, fits the other side of everything. Oh, hi, Sadie. Scared the crap out of me, girly pop. But go ahead. I'm
Yeah, it's
sorry.
funny we both went. No, it's funny we both went Bleach. When you said that, I was like, okay, let's see where he's going with this. But I do know, I do remember like you really like Shinji, right? That's your favorite character, or Mayuri. It's one of them two.
Mayuri Kurotsuchi is definitely my favorite character from Bleach, but Shinji's definitely up there. He
Oh,
was definitely high up there on my list of just, and I like characters of like just like I kind of just vibe with, you know what I mean?
oh yeah. I mean, he kind of got like in the manga. He didn't. His Bankai wasn't shown, right? Or he didn't really get like they added the anime original content in of him using it, correct?
Yeah, his Bankai was added. I think it first got shown in the light novel, and then they added it in like the games and shit and stuff like that.
Mm.
Like he always
Isn't
had
that
his, like, even
crazy?
just with his Shikai, he was pretty OP. Bleach is weird like that, bro. Bleach has so much extra content outside of the series just because it's been out of circulation for so long. Kubo's just been doing so many different things, but I'm glad that the new anime's been coming out. I know you said you haven't really been fucking with Bleach lately. I don't know if you've been watching the Thousand Year Blood War anime, but they've been doing it absolute justice.
Oh yeah, I watched it. I just man, I remember like the Shinsui versus Stark fight. I just
Mm,
that was one fight I didn't get it. I wanted to go back and rewatch it before this to make sure like my memory wasn't tripping on me. But I remember it was like the childhood games and all that. But
yeah,
plus I think like the his design, he kind of like he looks like he could be Urha's uncle. You know what I mean?
literally. Like I definitely see what you were going for sure. No, I remember when Shunsui and Stark was going because I was reading that. You're an old head like me, so I don't know if you were reading Bleach when it
Oh,
was weekly, but I was
no,
literally
sir.
remember reading that weekly. Like that was great. Those were good times, man. Those were good
I didn't
times.
get I didn't start reading manga till 2021, I think, or
Oh,
2020.
I feel like we talked about this before. You didn't get into anime or manga late until later, right?
Correct. Yep.
Gotcha,
Yeah, because I
gotcha.
got spoiled on Obito from Naruto, like his storyline. My brother-in-law, he's like 10 years younger than me. Him and his friends were talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds dope. What y'all talking about?" And they said, "Oh, this is something in Naruto, but it's a spoiler." I was like, "Oh, I don't watch it. You could tell me anyway." And then I was like, "Oh, that does sound dope. I'll actually go check it out."
That's awesome though. That's really cool. Um, for me, I feel like I've told this story before on the channel before, but I always kind of like Dragon Ball Z and like Pokemon, but like I don't really like Dragon Ball Z is obviously anime, but like in America, I feel like you can kind of agree like it's kind of different. I feel like in America, like you could have watched Dragon Ball Z as a child and not gotten into any other anime whatsoever. Like it was just like kind of like
Exactly.
it was so westernized, like you wouldn't have even
I
like
watched, yeah, I watched it as a kid, but I didn't consider myself an anime watcher type of thing.
exactly.
I
It's
think
kind of
Attack
like
on Titan
Pokemon
brought that
too.
wave in. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Digimon,
Attack on Titan
I
for
think it
sure. Attack on Titan was like one of the
breached
first
that.
anime that people were able to walk around and be like, yeah, I watched that. I'm cool still.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it, you
I
know?
yeah, I
Like
think that
that
was like
was
the big wave.
it really was. It really was. That was like the starting point of when like anime became like more like mainstream for sure. But like I remember when Naruto came out, I was like 8 years old. The first episode of Naruto came out, and like when I was, I don't know, like I remember watching that episode, and like there was, I don't know if you've ever had like something like very like impactful. Obviously, you've had impactful moments, but what I'm saying is like if you've ever like watched something like as a child that was like a monumental thing for you, and like you stayed up all night like just thinking about it, you're like, holy shit, what the fuck just did I just watch? Like that was
The
like.
mom from the Jetsons. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But that is my first waifu.
But like I remember like I stayed up the whole night after watching the first episode of Naruto because I was like, bro, I don't even know what that was, but like that was like some of the craziest shit that I ever watched in my entire life, and like I just want more of it. I don't care what it is. I need more of it.
Yeah, you know, you actually gave me a big hit of nostalgia just now, because my favorite character of all time is Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. I watched when he used his big move for the first time in a dark tournament. I watched it as a kid, you know, but I still didn't consider myself anime.
Mhm.
But this was back in the '90s, mind you, or like early 2000s maybe. And I remember seeing him use it, and it like was instantaneously like it like imprinted on my brain. Like I never forgot that moment. You know what I mean? Like it's that impactful moment of like me discovering my favorite character of all time. Still to this day, I can tell you exactly what I was doing, what I was eating. You know what I mean?
Dude, I feel you, bro. I literally, you know, probably, obviously, I don't know if it was the exact same day and time, but like I remember, like I don't know, I don't remember if it was exactly Toonami, if it was Adult Swim, but I remember they used to play Yu Yu Hakusho, and I remember I've seen, you know, Yu Yu Hakusho is one of those older shows that like you've definitely like, even if you've never watched it, like you've probably seen bits and pieces of it just here and there. And that's kind of my experience with it, but I will never forget like Hiei's like dragon move. Like that is like ingrained in my memory as like super cool.
It's that and Teen Gohan Awakening. Those
Yes.
two, like I remember tearing up from Goku's sacrifice. Like I was like, this can't be real. You know, like I was like, you know, getting out of middle school or some shit. I was like, it's crazy to think, man.
Dude, one of the
Anime is it's so cool how anime just brings so many people together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it really is. Like I was telling Amanda the other day, like we were just talking about random shit, and I was just saying like, you know, like because like I'm not really into like now I know this is I know a lot of people are, so I don't want to say that it's bad to be, but like I'm not really into like DC or Marvel comics or anything like that. Like I'm kind of passively into it. I can watch a movie or two, like if it's really like a really good like story, but like I'm not someone that's gonna sit around and read. I just can't do it. But Japanese like anime and manga has just always spoke. It's just like a different type of storytelling. It just really genuinely is. There's just different type of characters, different types of stories, and different types of themes and messages that are covered that I just so much more related with. And yeah, no, anime and manga really is like this thing that like is just, it's just kind of insane. It really is. It was good enough to make it all the way from Japan over here, and it's stayed the test of time. Like things like not to knock it, but things like, you know, like there are so many things that have been around for a long time that are still kind of niche and still aren't big, but like something like anime, like when it first came around, it was like niche, but it was niche in the way that like is something really popular is like before it gets big, you know what I mean? Like anime always had that sauce, you know.
Yeah, and it's like when you link with someone or like work or school, and you know you find out that y'all watch the same anime or something. Like, and this was years ago. I mean, even like when I first got into anime, like it was not as mainstream as it is today. You know, because I started watching anime like 2017, 2018, and I started reading manga 2020. So like that's 8 years ago, you know. That's a short time, but it can also be a long time when it comes to like media. You know, you're just not sure how trends catch on. But I think with one thing you spoke really well to is the more like anime just feels more advanced in the sense of like it doesn't hold your hand. Like if you watch Beyblade or something like that, like Beyblade compared to, you know, an actual anime that's targeted for 11 to like 16-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like Shonen is a young man's magazine, is a young boy's magazine. But like think of what you can extrapolate out of Bleach, all the messages, you know, the themes. Like you could just like really just like coincide with a character's like story, even if it doesn't match yours exactly. It's just some resonated, like how that character moves. You know, we all have that like certain character, like Kiritsugu Emiya from Fate Zero. You know, I can't relate to his life, but like he moved me as a character. You know what I mean? It's like you really appreciate a series like that can do that.
110%, man. It really is like there's just different vibes of characters, like superheroes and stuff, and villains. Like, don't get me wrong, there's like very deep Marvel stories and very deep DC stories. I just never found them as a kid. For me, it was always like I loved Dragon Ball Z. At the time, my mom was dating this guy, and God bless his soul. Like, I don't know why, but he was like, here, take all of my Dragon Ball Z like videotapes. You can have them, borrow them, take them. And I'm like, bet. And I would just watch Dragon Ball Z all the fucking time, man. It was so great. And then like Naruto came out. I got really into Naruto, and like, I don't remember what it was, but like it's funny to me because when I was younger, I didn't really fuck with Naruto. I was a Sasuke head. I was a big Sasuke head. But that's because I was an angsty ass teenager, bro. I fucking listened to death metal and all that shit. Like, I was just like, yeah, Sasuke, fuck the world.
Sasuke's misunderstood.
Like, yeah, get your revenge, Sasuke. But like, yeah, like just like there was just something about Naruto that just was just completely different than everything else that I had ever watched, and that's why I stayed up all night. Like the first day I watched it, like watching even Naruto, like that first moment, having like that first episode with Mitsuki like betraying him and like setting him up with the nine-tailed fox and everything like that, and then he learns the shadow clone jutsu and everything like that. Like I don't think to that day I'd ever, like, obviously I saw Dragon Ball Z, but like that's a different beast, right? Like just like watching that first episode of Naruto, I don't think I'd ever seen a story like that, man. And like, yeah, it really was like life-changing. It really was. Like, and then getting into Bleach and getting into Code Geass and Death Note and shit, like it was just it was meant to be for sure. Fucking crazy. And here we are yapping again.
Yeah, I think that's the fun of this, in my opinion.
Hell yeah, I completely agree, brother. Scarlet, thank you for the 5. Holy crap, the video you uploaded today was heavy. I'll definitely rewatch it and mediate it many times over. How's the stream going? Stream's going well, brother. Thank you so much for the $5 dono. I appreciate that. And yeah, the betrayal video was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed writing that. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. That was the point. To be heavy.
Shout out to Scarling, yeah.
Shout out to Scarling, indeed. Forgot who my first favorite Naruto character was. My current one was Kakashi. Love that guy. I will say, as I've gotten older, my Naruto characters that I've fucked with have shifted tremendously. I'm honestly, like, as I've gotten older, I've appreciated Naruto way more. And also as I've gotten older, I've also appreciated characters like Kakashi and characters like Itachi so much more. Tiberius will laugh at me because Tiberius was fucking with me because I had that one morning where I was like, I understand Itachi now. I get it.
Oh yeah, I did. I was like, well, the community's cooked. They're about to clear us out.
Sometimes you just gotta kill your clan, bro. It's fine. You just gotta come to that decision. Itachi was in the betrayal video, dog, but
yeah.
But like, nah, like there are so many different characters in Naruto, and like that's why, like, say what you will about Naruto, say what you will that have the flaws, and like honestly, I feel like people will say the same thing about series like Jujutsu Kaisen and everything later. Like, you could criticize the series for its ending, criticize the series for the flaws that it has, but like there are some things that you can never take away from a series that does it well. And like just Naruto, sometimes when Naruto hit, Naruto fucking hit. That, and it's just facts. You can't take it away.
When he beat Pain and he was like finally recognized by the village, right? And they're like hoisting him up, lifting him up. It's like,
yes,
it's such like a euphoric moment that, you just like, you finally see the cultivation of this young man that was casted aside, like, break through. Like, he persevered. Like, that's his greatest like strength. And he's finally recognized, but it's like, he's a better Takamichi. You know what I mean? Like, going back for his homie, but it felt real with Naruto. It felt organic. it moved, it moved me when they're just brawling at the end. It's literally my top 5 favorite fights because of the choreography and
Oh
storytelling
yeah,
through
man.
through just like action. It's beautiful, man. It truly is. And like Pain, Pain is another character that just delivers on a on a deeper level. It's like as a kid, oh, he's edgy. He has a cool move set. You know what I mean? He like has all the checks in the box. But then as an adult, you look at him and you're like, oh man, that's a very like tragic story wrapped up in like a young man Nagato.
Yeah.
His best friend. You know what I mean? It's like crazy. You don't think of it as a kid, but like that's how good like Naruto is at delivering like themes on different levels for everybody to enjoy.
It's timeless, bro. It really is. It's timeless. There's stuff to appreciate as a kid, and then there's stuff to appreciate as an adult. And I think that's part of what I really, really, really loved about like anime and manga. Honestly, that's really what it is. It's very mature in a sense, right? Even though it's for younger demographic, there are pieces of it that are very mature. Where like someone said it in chat, like Jiraiya is a character that like I didn't really care too much about when I was younger, but like now as an adult, I'm like, wow, Jiraiya really was that motherfucking guy. Like, holy shit. Like there's just so many there's so many perspectives and so many layers to the characters that like someone that you may not appreciate in the moment reading it, after having just time to sit on it and time to have perspective, you're like, wow, I actually really do appreciate this character existing. I may not have appreciated it in that moment, but I really appreciated it now. And there's, like I said, it's just something that you can't take away from stories like Naruto. But
Yeah, I think people do have a tendency to like, oh, it's nostalgia. But the thing is, like the story gets more enriching as you go for a reason. I just like, it's not a hater thing or like people, but anyway, we can do a spin before we just stay on Hirohiko and Naruto for 3 hours.
Yeah, let's roll one more time. Let's see what we're pulling up next.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, I did remove the whatever. Okay, let's see. Let's spin this wheel. All right, we got Toby Mune. All right, you're coming up next. Send me that picture. Who you got?
This one I struggled with because now I've done this. Like I did this like 40 chapters ago. Yeah, it's kind of like just a fun, quick little thing. And then I was like, oh, I really want to do this with like no op on stream. And I originally I picked Shion from Hell's Paradise, and like the first time I did it.
Ooh.
But I chose someone else from Hell's Paradise for a different blade. We'll get to. So let me cook here. Atsuya Kusakabe. Atsuya Kusakabe with Toby Mune. Now, maybe he's not zaddy like Samura, but
he's not zaddy. He said,
yeah. Now, mind you, Samura, he's fake blind, so we're not giving out like points just because, or taking away points because Atsuya Kusakabe is not blind. Kusakabe is of the older generation.
We're not giving him the handicap sticker on the back of his truck. That's crazy.
That's it.
Said you're fake blind.
We're ripping it off. So Kusakabe, he's of like the older generation in the universe. He's kind of like, he's an old head, and he does have that kind of, he has that character trait of not wanting to include the kids in like adult problems. We see in like chapter 268 or whatever it was, or 269, where they're talking about the aftermath, and Kusakabe is like letting Megami, Nobara, Yuji, he's like letting them off, like trying to take away some of the stress off their shoulders, like the concerns, their regrets, because he's like, this is let the adults handle this. Like that was the point of JJK, is to like basically break the cycle of like just sending young sorcerers to die. It's like a very underlying theme in the series. But Kusakabe, he uses like his simple domain, like as his like insane range. He can kind of intercept things as they come in. Kind of like like with the how Samura senses with the feathers, and I kind of could just see like like not necessarily like Samura's like exact like match. It's more about just like the role he plays in the story and how he views like past problems, how to deal with them. He's kind of like a sensei. Well, he is a sensei. He does have the suit on. He just prefers to rock the overcoat, the trench coat over it. You know, and I mean, I do think maybe like Shion like matches like passes the eye test better than Kusakabe, but I feel like Kusakabe in the usage of Toby Mune and the fact that Toby Mune, we know Subaru was like the head of the like basically controlled the war. You know, he was the person that controlled the Seitei War, as Yura said. And we know Kusakabe is kind of like the general of the Sukuna raid. You know, he was the one orchestrating the plans, putting people in place. So you know, kind of more like that that strategist support role.
Okay, I fuck with it. I like it. I do actually really like it. I would be interested to see what Simple Domain, like the extended Simple Domain where he can just slash relentlessly, would look like with all of the feathers and the teleporting. That'd be fucking insane.
Yeah, basically like the slashes whenever it's like Sukuna's like a no motion or no motion activated slash he sent at him. Like if he had the feathers, basically he's just deflecting that slash as soon as it enters, instead of when it gets to him.
So mine was a little bit different. I went a little bit of a different angle. I thought of a character that would do really well with having a very strong attack like power, like attack potency, being a very devastating war threat, but at the same time being able to be a devastating war threat with a support type sword. And I thought long and hard, and there was a character that I kept coming back to, and I didn't want to pick him because it's such an old school anime and no one really cares about it anymore, and compared to newer anime it's really not my favorite. But the character himself is probably one of the characters that I've fucked with for the longest time in the world, and I just couldn't choose anything different. So I thought a character that has a support type blade but is still super fucking powerful and one of the strongest characters in his verse regardless. I chose Sesshomaru from Inuyasha. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sadie. I forgot you were right next to me. Sesshomaru.
Yeah, bro's getting so hype. He's getting so hype over there that pig throwing bows.
I'm getting passionate. I mean, she puts her face right next to my foot and she wonders why she gets tapped. So Sesshomaru in Inuyasha has the, I believe it's the Tensaigon. I might be wrong with the blade. It's been so long since I've seen fucking Inuyasha. But one of Sesshomaru's biggest fucking gripes as a character is that his father left the blade, the attack blade, with his brother and left the healing blade with Sesshomaru. So even though Sesshomaru is a badass, he's able to use like his whips of light with his claws. He's fast as fuck and he's able to do some pretty decent damage. His sword is unable to kill people, which is why he carries two swords. He carries a regular katana, or it might not be a katana. You get what I mean. He carries a regular sword with him for battle. And then he has the blade, the Tensaigon that he carries. I think the Tensaigon is actually an ocular move in Naruto. I might be completely off base, but either way, it's something similar
the
to
moon
that.
The dude from the moon in the movie, maybe. No. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway,
yeah.
So
I don't know much about him.
Yeah, so like I thought he would be perfect because again, super fast, so he can do really well with the feathers and teleport really well. But also at the same time, he's used to having a support type blade and still being a badass with it. So like the Suzaku fire type ability that's healing, but can also be damaging. He would do really well with that kind of blade. Honestly, he would probably be even stronger than he normally is.
Okay, I didn't know much about him. I thought that was a hot chick, honestly.
No, Sesshomaru is a badass. If you're not too familiar with Inuyasha is really, really cool. It's more of like the Tensaiga. That's what it is. The Tensaiga.
How you feel about Yu Yu Hakusho? That's me with Inuyasha, where I just kind of seen clips. You know, I've never watched it. I know of it. That's how I am with like Inuyasha.
Yeah, you know what, Inuyasha, honestly, Inuyasha has a video game that I want to play on stream because it's one of it's one of those old school anime RPGs where they made it way too good for no fucking reason. where it's like literally a full-fledged video game that if it wasn't an anime property, it would still be a good game. So like it's that's like most of my experience with it, besides outside of like staying up way too late and turning the TV on at like 2 a.m. and Inuyasha was on Adult Swim. Like there's this one movie, it's the third Inuyasha movie 3. I highly recommend it. It's a good movie even if you don't know anything about the series. If you just watch Inuyasha movie 3, Swords of an Honorable Ruler, great movie, whether
I'll
you
check it out.
understand it or not. Like you could go into it and like it's such a great just introduction to Inuyasha, Sesshomaru, and like the whole point of like their swords with their father and everything. And it's just a great movie. It's just such a great anime movie in general. And like, yeah, this, I like Inuyasha. It's like you said, it's one of those old series. And like you said, for me, Inuyasha is like my late night 90s anime that I would see all the time. And I know way too much about for no reason.
My brother-in-law actually has a Sesshomaru rug from Hypeland.
Sesshomaru's a dope ass character. He's a dope ass character.
I know that rug was crazy expensive too. He's crazy.
I believe it, man. They came out with this new series, Inuyashiki. I think I didn't see any of it, and I probably never will. But it's supposed to be like a sequel series, I think, of like the children of the characters. It's basically like a Boruto.
Oh, Inuyashiki is something else. I know what you're talking about. There is something like that, but Inuyashiki is a anime and manga made by the Gantz creator about like an old guy becoming a robot, essentially.
Oh, I literally just typed that in, and yeah, I was like, this is not what I was talking about.
Yashahime.
Inuyashahime?
Yeah. Yashahime. Yeah, that's the one you're talking about. Inuyashiki, though, I highly recommend. That's the anime where the guy has that girl on the stairs, and he's like, "Who's your favorite One Piece character?" And he has like a finger gun that like he can shoot people. That's what that's from.
I've never seen this before, but I know I see the meme on screen, and I'm looking at it, and I've seen the meme before of the guy pointing the finger gun.
Let me tell you, there's that moment. There's a heavy scene like visually right before that moment, and it's like it is really a really good series. You know, I really recommend it. But it's kind of crazy, you know, seeing two different people with the same power and what can be done with it. And it's kind of a nice characterization throughout the whole thing. Hey, Loud Media, Kusakabe is not wielding immune. This dude. Either immune.
The typing curse gets everybody, bro. The typing curse gets everybody. But
we love Loud. Let's spin that wheel.
Let's spin that wheel. Let's spin the wheel indeed.
I know me and you're gonna deep dive. We'll deep dive on Loud Media for about an hour. You know.
Hold on. Let me see here. Let's pull this up. All right. Let's spin. Who's next?
All right.
It's the Shinichi Magatsumi.
Oh, you first, sir.
Oh, is it me? I'm first? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, I thought long and hard about this one. I was like, who could possibly be my pick for this? And you know what? I immediately chose it. It really didn't take me too long. And I hope you guys also appreciate my choice. My choice for the wielder of Magatsumi, Shigeo Kagayama from Mob Psycho 100.
Whoa!
I figured he would be absolutely best because, in my honest opinion, I thought it would be very, very cool to have such a powerful blade that has such genocidal, insane abilities locked behind Shigeo's 100% whole gimmick. I thought that would be super cool with the Shinichi basically growing in genocidal possibility the more and more angry and ridiculously fucking pissed off that Mob gets. So I thought that would be super cool to have just like, and like that would be like a great way to also like limit like the Shinichi's power, right? Like having a character that is ultimately good, and like usually always does his best to like do the right thing. However, when his emotions get the better of him at 100%, he unleashes this most obscene and absolutely just unbelievable power. So I figured the Magatsumi was probably the best possible blade for him to go for.
Well, it's like thinking about what happens in season 3 at the end, but
Yeah.
imagine that. But the malediction, that is the malediction.
Exactly. Literally, that was the first thing I thought of. Like season 3 ending with Mob is like, you know, like if he wielded the Shinichi, like that would be it. Or like if he was forced to stay in that what was that? What was the name of the one psychic he goes up against in season 2 that puts him in like his worst possible fucking dream where everyone fucking hates him, he gets bullied until he becomes the fucking madman?
Yeah, that's,
I don't remember.
I have to rewatch that. I have a very like foggy memory of season 1, season 2, but all I know is that was one that's like objectively like even though I don't remember it beat by beat, I can tell you that's like a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 series, like easy, you know, with no thought.
Without a doubt, 100%. Mob Psycho 100's one of my favorite series. I have plans to get
season
Dimple
3
tattooed on me. I love
you told
Mob
me
Psycho.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I teared up in season 3, man. Like after Dimple's part, like the big part, I was like, man, why does this shit hit me so much? I'm not even like a Mob Psycho stan. Like I you know, I like it, but I was like, damn, this shit hit.
It's the song, bro. That song goes hard, bro. When he's fucking sacrificing himself, bro. Oh, it's such a great fucking moment, bro. Mob Psycho is to this day is one of my favorite series of all time, without a doubt. One of my favorite series of all time. It's just. There's something like I don't really like, and it's so funny because like I don't really fuck with One Punch Man like that. I think One Punch Man is funny. I think it's okay. I haven't been through all of it, so I can't speak too much, so don't crucify me. But like there's just something about like Mob Psycho that just hits way more for me. Just the character of Shigeo as like this character that is just like literally the most OP person in the entire world, and the one thing he sucks at is just like being a normal fucking person. Like it is really great. Like even like in season 2, like I think one of my favorite moments is when I think it's like the first episode of season 2. I know you said you don't remember it too much, but like there's a girl who like goes out with him because her friends think it's a joke and she thinks it's really funny. But he takes it so seriously and he tries so fucking hard to the point that like even she feels bad and she can't even go through with it because like she's like, you're such a fucking genuine person. Like I literally can't even I can't even fuck with you. Like it's just like
he's earnest, you know, to a fault.
Yeah, he really it's such a great series, man. There's so much great shit in Mob Psycho. It's one of my favorite series of all time.
This is an interesting pick, and you know, one thing I do like about Mob, and I'll make this quick. In season 3, where he makes the decision to save a cat with his powers.
Mm-hmm.
But then but when there's a human child like at risk of the same, you know, fate, he doesn't save the kid with his powers. He wants to be just a normal human, you know, boy. He wants to be just a kid, and he saves that kid with no powers. You know, with his body. You know, he saves it himself, and he takes on the brunt of like the effects. You know, he takes that hit, that damage as a human, not as the strongest being in the galaxy. Because we see aliens. He meets aliens, and aliens are flabbergasted with his power.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like he just wants to be a regular boy, you know, not the powerhouse that he is. And gotta give one his credit because he created 2 characters that are like the absolute units and strongest in their universe, like by far. But they both are very different. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's such a hard thing to nail in those particular roles because it could be very like one note, you know, that kind of character.
100%. 100%.
All right, so what is it? My pick?
Yeah, we yapped so much about just my pick. We haven't even gotten to yours yet.
Well, this is where my Hell's Paradise comes in.
Okay.
Shugen from Hell's Paradise. Now, if you don't know about Shugen, let me tell you.
Good
Shugen,
lord.
when he says kill them all, he's going to kill them all.
Yeah.
I don't want to get. I think did the anime cover that point about him already?
No, I don't even think they
just
got to
introduced
Shugen
him.
yet.
I think they just introduced him when he's like on his way to the island, maybe.
Yeah, I think that was like the post-credit scene for the season finale. Is Shugen got introduced? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so like talk about somebody with a strong sense of justice and maybe takes it too far. That's what Shugen is. Crash,
Bro.
you know, he'll crash it if he crashes out. Like, I mean, and then his like strength is insane when you get to see him. I don't want to go too deep into spoiler stuff.
Shugen is unreal, dog. All you need to say is I have one of the funniest memes of all time. It doesn't spoil anything. It gives you an idea of the character, but doesn't spoil exactly what happens. Is there's a, you know, the Lethal Weapon meme when the two characters are like fucking huge muscles fucking dapping each other up. It's literally like it's in the middle, it's fuck them kids, and it's Anakin Skywalker and fucking Shugen, bro. Like
there you go. That's good. That's good.
Fuck them kids, bro. That's all that needs to be said.
And the thing with Shugen is he's a good guy.
Yeah.
In this world, Shugen is not only a good guy, he is the leader of the good guys. You know? And so I just think Shugen's got this darkness to him, though. Even though, like, it's like you don't know, like you haven't checked out Yu Yu Hakusho yet, but Sensui from Yu Yu Hakusho is like a guy with like a strong sense of justice. But sometimes we know, like, it, you know, too much of anything can be toxic, and you know, when justice becomes toxic, it can be very dangerous. And I think, you know, that's what I was going with, but we can move on to the next play. We don't have to touch too much on that one.
Nah, Shugen is the best possible. Shugen's a good choice, honestly, in my opinion. Shugen is fucking ridiculous, dude. He's one of my favorite characters from Hell's Paradise.
Oh yeah, Hell's Paradise is really good, and I heard they're gonna season 2 is gonna upgrade in quality.
You can see by the trailer it's gonna upgrade in quality for sure. I got corrected. They didn't fire the director. They fired like the art director and the photography director or whatever. But like either way, like they're definitely putting more effort behind the second season, as it deserves. The first season was like a sabotage. I was surprised that like they Mappa wanted so bad to like have every unit of the Dark Trio that they literally like flopped out the first season of Hell's Paradise. That they tried so hard to get it out so quick that they just like they literally flopped it out.
Yeah, I think what they were saying, and I mean it's just rumors, but I heard the series that kind of broke Mappa's back in that stint was Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man was the one that they added that gave like the too heavy of a workload. That's why I'm worried. Like they're gonna cook. The Chainsaw Man movie is gonna cook. But I'm worried about what comes after Chainsaw Man, like Chainsaw Man season 2.
So funny you say that. I was in the shower literally the other day thinking about that, where I was like, you know what, the Rize movie is gonna be good, but season 2 of Chainsaw Man is probably not going to be.
Yeah, people want there to be like at the end of the like the credits or something where he said, you know, season 2 coming and blah, you know, end of 2026. That is gonna be a death flag. If we get something like that, because that's telling me that they're already like pushing towards a date that, you know, is coming up pretty quick in terms of like creating anime.
You know what's even worse that I thought about? I thought that the solution to that would have been, you know what would even piss me off more? If they just made Chainsaw Man a movie series only.
Oh,
the arcs are so small enough. The arcs are small enough where that's a feasible option.
Yeah, no, it's true, because like all of Fujimoto's works has a very cinematic lens to them. You know, there's panels where like literally you just pull that panel and you could throw it on a movie poster as is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think International Assassins arc might be a little too long, but honestly, the fact that they cut Demon Slayer Infinity Castle into a movie trilogy makes me think that nothing is off the table anymore. They're willing to do whatever the fuck they need to do at this point.
Dude,
That's
do you know Demon
crazy
Slayer?
To me.
Demon Slayer sold 44,000 backlog volumes just because of the movie.
Yep.
That they're in the top 10 of manga sales for the week because of that. This series has been over for years.
That's what I mean. They're not gonna stop this movie thing because they keep making money off of it. That's why that's what they did with Dan. That's what they did with. Why do we have to release the first 3 episodes of Dandadan as a movie? And
if you're gonna do a whole arc as a movie, cool. But if you're just giving me a sneak peek at the season coming up, I think that's problematic.
Yeah,
that's greed lining their pockets. You know, that's what it feels like.
And you got all these Japanese executives. Oh, we've got AI animation coming up. AI animation. You know, we're so excited for this AI animation. It's all money. It's so greedy and disgusting. They don't care. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Blue Lock was was the #1 selling fucking manga of 2023, and they shit out the 2nd season of the anime. That will never
that last episode is insane.
That last episode was insane. The last episode was
what people use
great.
to cope.
But you know what? That tells me that they could have done that the entire fucking time. That's all that tells me.
Why push for a date? Yeah, why push for a date? Just give the IP the attention it deserves.
The time it needs, dog. The time it needs because now they have the final episode. Everyone loved it. Even if they don't want to admit it, everyone accepted it. And what are they going to do for season 3? Why would they ever change what they did for season 3? Because they got away with season 2. Why would they ever?
Yeah, they set the bar low, and everyone accepted that instead of like pushing them, for better. Like look at what was it? The Promised Neverland season 2. It was so bad and got hated on so much to the point where the people who worked on it asked the producers not to run the credits, their name on the credits, because people were literally going online on their Twitter to find them and then harass them,
which is disgusting.
So there's an extremist on, there's extreme issue, like there's an extremist on that side, and then it's the other side of like I said, I'm part of the problem. I went to go see the Hidden Inventory movie last Thursday.
You fucking bastard! I didn't go see that. I didn't go do that.
Yeah, it's like you're on the line, picketing, and I'm the what they call it, I forget they call it the scab. I'm the scab that
it's fine. Stuff like that. Honestly, like you know what? Like of all the things that I could complain about, like re-releasing a whatever as like a move, like it is, especially if you're gonna add extra scenes. It is what it is. Okay, fine. It is. Do your dance. Do what you got to do. It's I hate that we lived in a world previously where like the anime movies that we got were original content. Like we got like 11 different Dragon Ball Z movies, all different, and but now that the industry found out that they can just release arcs as movies. The likelihood of us ever getting that again is so low. It's unbelievable. The Black Clover original movie might genuinely be one of the last like original anime movies that ever happens ever. And that was so huge. That was a big thing
Princess
for Black
Funny
Clover.
Bunny. Yeah, Princess Funny Bunny. Shout out to her, my favorite Black Clover character.
That was a good movie. I liked it. I liked that, and I wish that like anime, like an anime that would do really well for movies like that, Jujutsu Kaisen would do great with movies like that. Just put so many movies before the Shibuya incident. That's it. That's all you need to do. You could fucking make like 3 OG original, just whatever filler movies, and people would eat.
You can make Cullen games.
Up.
You can make Cullen game movies.
Yeah, you
know what I mean? If done right, you could lose. You could just squeeze them in within the timeline.
Yeah, it's like
I agree. I know what you're talking about because you do have a point. It's like I used to watch like One Piece is also like they're good about doing like original movies. Yep. That's one thing I will say about them. But it's like Demon Slayer, man. They kind of they broke the floodgates, and
Yeah.
you know that movie was so
Fucking
huge.
ufotable, bro.
Yeah, 80 million like
I saw
One Piece
Infinity Train when
originally.
it first came out. I won't lie. I saw
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit
but
immediately when
I
it
think
first
that's
came out.
fine because they're giving you an entire arc at least. They're not like saying here's season 2. They're announcing season 2, and then they say, oh, but we're also gonna have the first 3 episodes in a movie theater. I have the most issue with that.
Yeah.
If you're giving me an entire arc, that is like, you know, that's like that's like kind of meeting halfway in my eyes. But the whole like, you know, sneak preview of the first couple episodes. But I tell you, like, I mean, the original like manga like volume sales per year record was One Piece for like 30-something million. JJK ended up getting over that, but the same year, that's when Demon Slayer sold 80 million, almost triple the original record. No one's gonna break Demon Slayer's like you know, like individual yearly record of volume sales. 80 million's insane.
It will never happen. They'll never be able to catch that lightning in a bottle ever again. You know,
yeah, I mean, like
original.
manga sales are just down. You know, like
Shonen
like
Jump
JJK will
as
still be at the
in
top.
general
top
just isn't where it
5,
used to
top
be.
3.
They don't have that sauce anymore. They don't have those ongoing series. Everything is ending. And it doesn't help that even their niche series that really aren't even number 1 are like ending. Like they just had Kaji number 8 ended. Sakamoto Days is entering its final stages. What the fuck else?
Vinland Saga ended. Vinland Saga ended today.
Vinland Saga ended today. But like I'm like strictly talking about Shonen Jump. Like what the fuck else is going on in Shonen Jump?
It's Ichi the Witch, One Piece always. But the thing is, even One Piece sales are declining. And I mean, they're still selling a lot. They're always going to be in the top 5. You know,
yeah, One Piece will always be number 1. But also
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like it's like One Piece. The thing about One Piece is that it's been going for so long. It's starting to become the series that like newer people aren't gonna get into because they have to read 1,100 fucking chapters to get into it. Like there will be people that always get into One Piece. I'm not saying that no one's ever gonna get into One Piece, but it's really a huge deterrent when you have something like that going ahead. Like you buy it, like you're a brand new 12-year-old. You buy your first issue of Shonen Jump. What are you more likely to jump into and buy a bunch of volumes for and read? The series that has 100 chapters like Kagurabachi, or the series that is slowly approaching series number 1200, bro? You know,
Yeah,
like
it's like it's, you know, it's kind of like you said, it's hard. Like, you know, Bleach is what, like 600 something chapters. That's like very long. I don't think we'll ever see another like 500 chapter Shonen Jump story. Or I mean, not saying never, but just like how manga's being produced these days, and I think just the nature of the business, I don't know if creators even like, you know, want to invest themselves for that long of a time. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's backbreaking work, and it's all like you see the unfair expectations that they're held to. You know what I mean? They have an off chapter, you know, you're getting called a fraud and shit.
literally, you know, you have like if you don't have that built up residual, then you're not able to make it happen. You know, like you said, you have one slow chapter and it's all, well, fuck this. What's going on? I don't want this going on
Look at
anymore.
Sakamoto Days.
You know, but at the same time, it's the same people that will be complaining to you, you know, the series doesn't have any character interactions. This series doesn't have whatever. It's like, dude, the moment we get a chapter that is just character interactions, it's all this series fell off. Look at this slow chapter going on. You know, it's like you can't win no matter what you do. You know, it's the same.
Yeah, people don't know what they want. Even when they get what they want,
people don't know what they want. It's one thing. So I don't know if you saw this. This was something that just recently happened. I don't know. I don't think we talked about this. Kei Urana of Gachi Akuta. I don't know if you read Gachi Akuta.
I'm familiar with it. I've watched the anime, and I mean I know a little bit about the manga from, you know, friends.
So she did a sketch for a character in Galaxius or something like that. And it was very similar to like Pure White EI style, I think, in the sketch that she did. And a bunch of people were like, not harassing her. There were a bunch of people that were just like, oh, it looks like Kagurabachi, looks like Kagurabachi, looks like Kagurabachi. and like, you know, she's just getting flooded with like, oh, this looks like Kagurabachi, and she just went, hey, you know, this isn't Kagurabachi. I don't really read Kagurabachi. I'm not saying Kagurabachi is bad, but this isn't inspiring my work. Like, please stop telling me that I copied the series when I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
And literally, like, there were so many people that were like, oh, fuck Kei Arana. Like, she just fucking talk shit about all the Kagurabachi fans. Like, we were just trying to be cool with her, and she doesn't want to be cool with her, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you guys are literally proving her point that she doesn't want to deal with you guys because you guys are doing more than just saying it's Kagurabachi references. You guys are literally hounding this person that doesn't even know what you guys are talking about. And then when she says she doesn't know what you guys are talking about, you guys get super fucking pissed at her. And it's like,
people like that,
to the point that like, don't support
teeth.
Gachi Akuta. Don't support Gachi Akuta. She hates Kagurabachi fans. I'm like, dude, what are we talking about?
I didn't catch it, like, all the drama, like, up to that point. I knew it was like an issue, but it's like those people are the type of people that brush their teeth once a day, and it ain't in the morning. You know, these are like neck beards. Those are the people that I would gladly tell, like, go get a fucking job, because you obviously are caring way too much about something that, you know what I mean, that you're putting shit into this that you're putting fake feelings into it, bro, because you don't even care this much. You just want to be, you know, you want to be fake mad. That's what they're fake mad.
Exactly. And it's funny because I saw that happen, and then I think like a week before, I don't know what series it was. I think it was like a light novel series or something like that. It was some Gooner like light novel, like some random shit, right? And the author basically like blocked all of their foreign fans, or like blocked their foreign fans from interacting with it because they kept bringing up like ships and random shit. Like, this author's like, dude, I don't care about this. Please stop harassing me about this. I just want to make my series and not have to deal with you guys. And sure, you could argue that, like, oh, he's targeting Western fans. Like, he thinks it only comes from Western fans. But, like, you guys are literally here proving his point by fucking causing this big stink and harassing him even further because you think you're not bothering someone, but then you end up bothering them, and then you get mad that they're upset that you're bothering them. Like, that's not how real human interactions work. Like, if you're bothering someone, stop bothering them. Like, it's not like fuck you
talk
for
shit, get hit.
Yeah, like, it's just there really is an entitlement in the internet nowadays, and we sound like probably old people talking about this, but like, it really is like
we really do.
It's different. And someone brought it up earlier in chat. That was a big thing too. And that 1MF. It's not just that Shonen Jump lacks the sauce. It's just that media has evolved in a way that there's no focus on one single piece of media anymore. Like, I feel like something like the big three like wouldn't happen like it would back in the day. You know, I feel like that's also a big point too.
Imagine the Great Ninja War in today's age being released.
Crazy, dude. All right, let's.
I don't know if Kishimoto's getting through that. Like, I don't know if he's making it to the end of the series with the way the world is.
Good lord, dog. Yo, you know what? And it's crazy too, because the Great Ninja War really did have issues too, bro, that people were very vocal about from the very beginning. Dude, I remember reading that shit weekly. I remember reading that weekly, dude. That was like when like they started bringing back all the old fucking characters and they're resurrecting them, and everyone was like, what's going on? What are we doing?
Or I can't imagine if you were anime only, and then like the amount of flashbacks, like, oh my god.
Oh man. All right. So Shugen, I love Shugen as a choice. Without spoiling too much, I just want to let you know I love Shugen. I think Shugen is a great choice for Magatsumi.
One character I did on the original one was his name's Manji from Blade of the Immortal. That's one series I think you'll really, really like, and it's kind of like a cult classic in manga.
Blade of the Immortal is a manga?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 300 chapters. It's a big series, but it's really, really like gory. And the villain, Anatsu, great. It's such a really, really great villain.
I'll have to check it out. I've been looking. I started reading Shoujo X. I need to. I'm looking for something new to read. I have to start reading. I literally read the first chapter and I haven't touched it in like a week, but I need to get back into it.
That shit's heat.
The first chapter was really good. I actually really liked it. I very
Ishida,
much fucked with it.
Dude, Ishida elevated. My profile picture is from Chojin X.
Dude, he is yeah, he I as much as I fucking still feel so fucking I don't understand his whole just random shit with Nico in Tokyo Ghoul, I do fuck with Sweet Ishida. Like some of the best writing I've ever encountered in manga to this day. Tokyo Ghoul.
He writes humans.
Yeah, he does. He does write humans indeed.
He creates very, very human characters, you know.
Sometimes I feel like he throws in his own little fucking things here and there, but that's just me.
Yeah, I feel you.
I feel like that's anybody though. Like I was watching a video on the main vocalist of System of a Down, Serge Tankian, and he said he's like it's impossible to lie through art, and I was like that's such a true statement. Like if you're making art, your true self is just gonna bleed through no matter what.
That's very deep. And what's his name? Decepticon? Megatron? What was his name?
Serge Tankian.
Okay. That dude needs to be a villain in a manga.
Dude, I
love Pokemon Gym Leader.
You know who System of a Down is, bro. You've heard Chop Suey before.
Yeah.
That's the main. That's the dude who sings. He's the vocalist of the band.
Forsaken me. That guy.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, I fuck with. I'm seeing them actually in a couple days. I'm seeing them in a month. I'm seeing them in a month live.
Be careful,
one
brother.
Of my favorite bands.
You might become a Decepticon. Be careful.
Absolutely not. Well, that's the whole point, actually. Being a Decepticon is the whole point. Let's spin this wheel.
Yeah.
Let's roll it up. All right. We've only got a couple left. We got Cloud Gouger, the Sixth Unknown Blade, and Enton. So I'm excited to see what we're cooking up in these last ones here. Genuinely.
Ooh.
Let's see what we're cooking here. Let's go.
I want to hit you with that Enton.
Let's spin this wheel. I think my Enton pick was interesting too, but we'll see. What we got? Oh, we got Sixth Blade Unknown.
All right. Let me send you this picture. Okay, so right. I wanted to go with a female character. Originally, I picked her for Enton.
I picked a female character too. You're not alone.
Now, her name is Ginkgo from Isekai Samurai. It's an Isekai story that's actually like gas. She's like the strongest.
She looks strong gas.
Yeah, dude, the art is insane in that story. She's essentially like a crash out warrior, but she kind of like Chihiro. That's why I was thinking about her for Enton originally, and I thought it'd be cool to have a female Enton swordsman. She's kind of like values like the people in front of her, like their challenges and stuff like that. But like her like motivation, she was like looking to die on the battlefield type of thing, like go out as a warrior, but she's too strong. So she gets pulled in, like she prays to Buddha or something like that. And I forget, but she gets like pulled into a magic world. So now she's in a world where there's like magic and she's just a regular swordsman, but she's so strong that she's like interacting with like these, larger than life type of enemies. And it's I haven't caught up on this. This is actually what I'm about to start reading, this in Ajin. But I just thought having a cool like a strong female character in my draft picks would be cool.
Hell
Plus,
yeah.
the one thing we do know about the female Enchanted Bladesman or Bladeswoman, she was up front against when they fought the Magatsumi, the Swordmaster. Her and Subaru were the ones at the front. Now, that could just be Hokuzono playing fast and loose with not wanting to like actually draw what their ability is, you know what I mean? Because they're like far away. Or it could be the fact that those two are the tanks. They're supposed to be up close, taking like, the damage, or like, that way Samura can be behind them doing his thing. And so I was thinking of like having a like kind of a crash out, because when she gets bloodthirsty or in like battle mode, that's how she looks. But she has art, like the artist draws her like so, like she pretty, like very delicate, but then there's like panels of her that she just looks like a monster. I just thought it would be cool to have a character like that.
I love that. Okay, I fuck with it. So I also decided to choose a female character, simply because, of course, we already know that the original wielder is female, and also I felt like my roster was just full of men anyway, so I felt like we could definitely
Sausage
use a
fest.
little bit. Exactly, we could use a little bit diversity here. So I figured, because we know next to nothing about this blade, like the sushi enchanted blade, I had like the sushi hibachi thing to go off of and pick Chuzo, all that stuff. But this one, I'm like, you know what? I have nothing. So I figured, it would make the most sense to choose someone that I could rely on, whether the blade was a good blade or not. And that meant that my choice was Biscuit Kruger from Hunter x Hunter. And that's pretty much just what it came down to. It pretty much came down to, I figured she would be a badass regardless of what type of blade that she was using. And if the blade ended up being a really good blade with good abilities, good moves and good things to go off of, then damn, she just gets stronger. But if not, she can just become Broly essentially and beat the brakes off of you no matter what. So that was my thought process behind that. I don't know, Tiberius, you here? I can't hear you.
Oh, my bad. I had my mic muted. My daughter came in the room for a second.
You good, brother?
But yeah, no, that's a good pick. Just straight balance. You can't go wrong. It's it's an inoffensive pick.
Inoffensive pick indeed. Oh, pill
like
time. Pill time for Sadie. Good girl.
Yeah, see, like the art in that Isekai Samurai series, it's like monthly. And it's not too long. It's a good recommendation if anyone's like swordsman.
It's good. It's good art. I see it. I see what you're posting to me. It's good art.
Yeah, but we don't have to stay on this one too long. I figure this will be a quick selection. But I do like Biscuit though, because like a balanced pick either way. I like that.
100%. I figured she was the best. She was the most reliable choice, right? 100%.
Yeah, no, that's a really good one.
All right, let's choose. All right, we only have like a couple left. I think we only have two blades left. Cloud Gouger and Enton. Let's see. All right, Cloud Gouger.
Damn, they really was like, nah, they don't want to give me Enton until the end.
Honestly, Enton as the end makes the best sense, to be completely honest
True.
with you.
You're up first.
Completely honest. Let's see it. Oh, is it my turn? Am I first? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's the one you put on the thumbnail, which would make sense.
No, actually, the thumbnail was a misdirect.
Oh, a red herring?
A red herring indeed. You might have thought.
You bamboozled me.
My Cloud Gouger choice, who I think is, you know what? I think him getting ice techniques just makes him even more formidable as a foe. And he's one of my favorite characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. We got Kashimo Hajime coming in hot for my Cloud Gouger pick here.
Okay. And I'm gonna, if I may interrupt just briefly for a second. It's interesting too. Originally, Kashimo was supposed to have a scythe, like a blade weapon type. So like he had using a blade like in his character DNA somewhere.
100%. I felt it. Cloud Gouger and Kashimo go well together, in my honest opinion. I feel like with his lightning bolt ability, like if he could freeze you, he can catch it in one place and then hit you with his lightning bolt attack. Like, I feel like Cloud Gouger is the perfect addition to Kashimo's existing arsenal as it is, because he's already bare bones as it is. He's already bare bones.
Yeah.
He's
And I
just
think
like
his like
electrifying cursed energy. Love him.
yeah, his cursed energy attribution just kind of like lends itself. So he's almost like always has like May cloak on him. You know what I mean?
Literally.
So like he would enhance. He's just further enhancing it. He's probably like enhancing the sword.
Yeah, exactly. I think Kashimo was a great choice for my Cloud Gouger. So my first choice was going to be Sasuke, but I ended up opting out for reasons that we'll talk about later.
No opting out.
Who is your choice for Cloud Gouger, sir?
All right, mine's if you ever seen Darker Than Black, the main character, Hey, that series
Good
is
choice.
a very weird series because
I've never finished it, but I am more than familiar with it. I've never finished it completely, but I know he has some kind of lightning attack, right, or something.
Yeah, it's his when you find out what his real ability is at the end, it's like it levels him up a crazy amount, but it's basically like an electrical charge that he can like go. God damn, the dog is going crazy.
You're all good. You're all good.
He can send like electrical charge basically. And I just thought that he was like a real cool like pick. Honestly, like I originally did this with someone named Shishio from Rurouni Kenshin, because Shishio as a character matches like Sojo.
PDF file series, right?
Yeah. Watsky can, rest in peace. He needs to go rest in peace for Watsky. Yeah, I'm getting allegations. That's why I didn't pick Shishio. But no, Shishio is actually like almost a really good match for Sojo. But I wanted to go with someone different. I didn't want to just copy all my old picks, And with Hey, he has like the electrical charge thing. He has like I kind of looked at him as almost like when Chihiro had Cloud Gouger, like he has kind of a Chihiro type of vibe. Like if Chihiro put a mask on, like that's Chihiro right there. You know what I mean? But I didn't really think too much on this one. I wasn't good with Zabuza, but that would have been more a pick about like their standing and their impact in their own series, which is more of their influence matches more so than their characters match. You know what I mean? Because he's like water. But I mean, I guess Cloud Gouger is Cloud Gouger is a crazy sword when you really think about all that it can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cloud Gouger was a great introduction to what Enchanted Blades are capable of. Cloud Gouger really was like, even on its own, like an insanely powerful ability. Like, it's crazy that like now we're getting like discussions and like topics in the dialogue of like Sojo just like as powerful as Sojo seemed to be, like he just wasn't it. Right? Like when Samura was like, oh yeah, you broke Cloud Gouger, but that's just because the wielder was shitty. Like that's crazy.
You had a bum. You gave a bum a sword and don't be happy about it.
Sojo was like able to just like break through that like elite squad of sorcerers, but like also, I mean, elite squad of sorcerers is just a meme for Kagurabachi at this point. Like,
yeah, I mean, look at the samurai, the samurai guys. Yeah, no, you're right, and like Sojo was a good, like he played his role perfectly. He is a very impactful first villain. He's very edgy.
Go ahead.
He's a fan favorite. He's just a fan favorite, and like he like Hokuzono is great in execution. Like how he executes like conclusions of arcs is like almost needs to be studied. Because he always has, they feel fulfilling. There's always a message. There's always something that you could chew on going forward. And like that starts with Sojo. And
Agreed. Sojo is a character that, without a doubt, I've always pushed for the fact that like I think he would have made a great like recurring rival. But the fact that we got Hirohiko instead, I'm more than happy to follow Hirohiko's story because clearly
I agree.
Hirohiko is the answer to what everyone was saying towards, towards Hokuzono. We're like, dude, Sojo was the perfect rival. Why did you get rid of Sojo so early? He was too good of a character. And Hokuzono said, all right, don't worry. Here's Hirohiko. I've got him as the perfect foil to Chihiro.
Yeah, and you know, like my pick for Cloud Gouger also kind of more like lend to the design of Masaka, the original Cloud Gouger, who has the best design in Kagurabachi that we'll never get to see. You know, fucking
he looks super
Hokuzono,
cool
but
in the double spread that we just got recently.
yeah, like this dude looks so dope. He looks like Vash the Stampede from the back, like if Vash was a swordsman instead of a gunsman.
Fuck yeah. No, I need to watch Darker Than Black fully all the way through because that was one of those series when I was younger that I kind of started and I just kind of fell off of. But I always knew that was like a big series back in the day. I knew Darker Than Black was big.
Episode 6 or 7, like the series itself in the beginning is very episodic. You know, he's basically looking for his sister. That's like the whole thing. And their contractors, when they use their powers, they have to do a payment afterwards, you know? So like one person, like every time she uses her power, like she can basically control like rain. She has to smoke a cigarette or something like that.
I kind of remember that. I kind of remember that a little bit from the first couple episodes that I watched. Yeah.
There's a character introduced in episode 6 or 7 because there's like basically the first season is like 2 or 3 episode mini arcs. And in episode 6 or 7 is the conclusion of that mini arc. And the character, her name is Havoc. And man, I don't know. It's one of the episodes that stuck with me forever. I just can't explain it. It's not that it's like overly like grand, but just what this character like stood for in the world and what like where she she's getting pulled from both sides. So even the main character, he'd be slapping women. Hey, that dude would be slapping women. There's memes of him just slapping women, and like he don't give a fuck. But
sounds like some old school anime to me, dog.
Dude, it really is because he's like torturing a girl, but then it's like their connection at the end is like, dude, I just can't. It's just an episode that like really made that series for me, and it is cool. There's like some cool fights and shit too, you know.
Now, have you ever seen speaking of like old heads? So let's talk old head anime. Have you ever seen Elfen Lied?
That's the edgiest of the edgy.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
that's the old school edgy anime.
But I've seen the like first episodes, the big scene, like that edginess.
Yeah, man, that was like that's like that old school. Like, oh, have you ever seen this anime, dude? You haven't seen the craziest shit till you've seen this anime. That's like old school.
Serial Experiments Lane. Like,
yeah, I've never seen. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Dude, you'll love. Dude, if there's a series that you would love, Serial Experiments Lane.
I think I've heard that before. I feel like I've heard the series before.
That is Damon Core, okay?
Are you serious? Okay, I'll give that a shot.
Dude, I'm telling you, like I put my bussy into it. But
let's go,
dude.
Let's go.
If there's a series that I think you would love,
put your bussy into it. Let's go. Say it, dude.
Bro. It's so old. I think it's from like 99, and it's literally more relevant today than it was in 99. It's about like online identities and stuff like that.
I'm gonna put it in my notes. Hold on.
Tiberius put his bussy in this recommendation.
Was it? She said Serial Experiments Lane, right? I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
I've heard it all over the net. Hold on. I gotta find a good note to put it in. Hold on. I got too much shit going on in my notes lately. Serial Experiments Lane.
And I sent you like the cover of the anime.
Okay. All right.
It has like that feeling of like an old anime where there's like it feels like there's like a film over it, you know. It's very like washed out, but on purpose. It's like a very artistic lens, you know.
I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot off of that recommendation for sure.
All right, so now we have the last one, right?
Yep. Very last one, which is just Enton. So you go first on this one.
You might fuck with this one.
Let's see. Oh, let's go.
Afro, getting his revenge for his dad.
That's
You know, like it's that
true.
resolve of just really like, you know, the white justice. You know, I say that as a vanilla face.
I'm
But
dead, bro.
you know, like Afro Samurai, I feel like him with this dude said, dude, I'm from that one motherfucker said, dude, I'm from 94, don't call that old. Bro, I'm from 1990.
96 here. Yeah, Tiberius, you're the oldest for
Like,
sure.
I look like a baby though. I still get ID'd everywhere. But no, I just think Afro, like his conviction and resolve, like he's really just, you know, he basically just dropped any future. You know what I mean? It's all about this one goal, this resolve, and he's just marching out a path in front of him.
Yeah, man. I honestly want to watch Afro Samurai again soon, man. Afro Samurai is the shit, dude.
Yeah, so here, you heard it here first. Afro is the Black Chihiro, okay?
Yo, honestly, I respect that. I feel it, dude. I could see it, dude. I could see him whipping out the Kuroi. I could see him whipping out the Aka.
Bro, he would go crazy. And then I also think I mentioned it in one of the streams like last week or the week before. He had his you know, his homie from back in the day with the bear head. That's one of the coolest designs ever. Like it's a good Halloween costume too. The bear head.
Yes, Juno. I think his name was what? Wait, no, I was wrong. Wait, I was wrong. Maybe
I always
it is.
forget.
I always forget too. Genosuke. Gino is his name.
He goes hard. That fight's hard, but it's like Afro's, you know, he's just marching, you know, making his own path, going forward until he gets that headband. And, you know, like hopefully Chihiro gets, you know, his version of what the headband symbolizes to him in his series, you know.
Bro,
what I mean?
yeah, man, that first, you know what, like I think I played the video game Afro Samurai before I ever watched the series, weirdly enough. I think I bought the PS3 game as a child. Not like I probably was like a teenager when it came out. But yeah, man, dude, that series, I highly recommend if no one has seen that, please go watch it. You have to. It is a staple of time. It is just it's unreal. And the main villain, Justice, is also super cool as well. I think he does a really cool job of just being an imposing fucking force, man. And he's got like that secret third arm that he uses to kill his dad when he fucking. It's just yeah. Afro Samurai is just so. Like, of all westernized, like, anime, like, Afro Samurai is the peak of westernized, like, anime, without a doubt. I don't know if you
It feels for
agree.
the culture. It's, like, for the culture, you know? It's, like, widely accepted, like, I've seen anime elitists, you know, the people that are, like, real, like, weebs, like, weeaboos. Like, even they, you know, can't deny that it was a well done like project, you know, that whole scene. I never seen the movie or it's been a while since because I think there's like a recap movie and then there's like an actual movie.
There's like there's like the sequel movie, quote unquote, where they like I think they make his dad into like a robot or some shit. I don't remember exactly what happens in the movie. The movie, in my opinion, was not as good as the original series,
too.
But
your investment of time, there's almost like I've never seen Fully Cooley yet, but that's a very like 5-episode anime. I know.
You've never seen Fully Cooley? What the fuck?
I watched the like first episode. I need to get on it because like I know it's like heavily like it's one of those. That's like a substance anime.
Staple.
You know, there's a lot
that's
to
staple.
it.
That's a staple. Western
that's
anime.
What I need to get
that's
on.
not even Western. It's obviously it's not Western anime, but
yeah,
like
I know what you mean.
For our audience, like that's a very
it made waves. Like it
anime.
connected with. It's rare when you have an IP that connects like Japan and like you know the West.
Yes.
Like within the same like cultures because they're very different. You know, at different times. Like one could be
for sure.
You know. But yeah, let's see who you picked.
Oh yeah, well, my choice. All right, So this honestly goes into, oh my god, hold on, hit something on the top of my monitor, didn't mean to. This goes into the very original portion of what we were talking about, where like we both looked at different aspects of the sword, because I'll be honest with you, when I was thinking about Enton, I didn't think about Chihiro's seeking for revenge. You want to know what I thought about?
Haruta.
I thought about fish. I thought about fish, and I thought about water, and I thought about who would benefit the most from a blade that focused mostly on fish. And my choice for Enton, the blade that will sever all of the internal contracts. Kisame Hoshigaki.
Oh, Chihiro got ugly.
I thought, listen, I'm thinking of water style ninja. I'm thinking he could easily hide like the fish, the black Kuroi in his already existing water jutsu. I'm thinking he could very easily fit into the narrative of Enton as an enchanted blade wielder. So yeah, 100%.
I just thought of the best combo of him using the fish to basically like pair that with Samihara to like suck up energy without touching him.
Bro,
because like
Kisame is the best like Enton user, bro.
Like, and then the fish are just like extensions of his spirit energy. So essentially, he could coat Samihara with spirit energy, and then the fish, or he's just eating up whatever the fish touch.
I will not lie, Kasame was one of the first characters that showed up in my mind when I thought about this draft. He was like, I'm like, I gotta put Kasame somewhere, and Enton was the first enchanted blade that I thought of.
I think what you did, or this is just my perception of the way this went. I think I went more based on like character traits or character like motivations and stuff, how they move, and you went more off of like abilities, like pairing the abilities. Like if Enton was just another enchanted blade and not the main character's enchanted blade, you know what I mean? Like Enton feels heavy because it's Chihiro's blade, but the abilities of Enton stand alone, like match with Kisame 1000%.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, 100%. I think it shows like where we directed our like ideas towards 100%. Like even from the very beginning, with Juzo and like my hibachi knife idea and like your whole fucking pick, like I feel like that really that you're right on the money, 100%.
Yeah, it's cool. I was gonna pick Haruta for Enton personally. There's no better. Haruta, Mei for Toby Mune.
Mei for Toby Mune is crazy.
Boy, put Mei and Samura on the same team with Itachi and the main character from Chojin X. That's a squad right there, the Bird Squad. And you got Hawks.
I need to read more of Chojin X 110%. I'm excited to get into it.
You're gonna like it. The fight choreography's better. That's not a strong suit, but I mean, like tone setting and atmosphere setting is like, and deep character writing. Ishida it knows no bounds.
Bro, Ishida won me over. The very moment, the one moment where I was like, I'm down for whatever Ishida does, is when. I don't remember exactly when it was. I think it was the Rishima operation when he did the one chapter where it was the fight and it was the point of view and the girl was beating the dude's ass point of view and he had like the sword up in front of him and like the girl is just beating his fucking ass from fucking point of view while he's at the sword. I'm like, bro, this guy knows what the fuck is going on. I'm like, I'll follow this guy through the ends of the earth. Like, it's the same thing. When Gege dropped the Higuruma chapter, I said, I don't care what the fuck happens? I'll follow this mangaka through the end of the earth. Same idea. Like, it's just like sometimes like I just see shit where I'm like, this one scene alone is enough for me to fully put all of my chips on this one mangaka. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, you're gonna follow them.
Yep.
You're gonna follow them through their next series and stuff like that.
Sometimes it just happens,
Yeah,
and like for me, like for Sui Ishida, or what sometimes I say his name wrong. I apologize, but like sometimes like in that moment when it was that POV moment when they were having that fight, and I was like, wow, like this is the coolest fucking thing I've seen, and I don't care what happens. I'll follow this guy to the end, without a doubt.
Yeah, because like some people may not like it in the sense of like fight choreography and just pacing of a fight, or just some people just might not jive with it. But to have the balls to like chase your like vision, you know what I mean? Like Higuruma chapter, that was pretty brave to drop because we want to see Yuji fight. We want to see Yuji like where he's at in the series after Shibuya. Choso said he's like a demon god. Like now we want to see Yuji actually like brawl, but instead we get a character. We get a battle of ideals, and Yuji's not a deep writing kind of guy at that point. You know what I mean? He's kind of like a loose and funny dude, but everything changes after Shibuya. And it's like nice to see someone really chase their like vision. Like just take a gamble for their own vision, and I think that's what bleeds through the series. You're like, man, this is some, like it's really connected with me on a deep level.
100%, 100% without a doubt. Listen,
Ishida's that guy, man.
Listen, we have come across all 7 picks. Now, obviously, without a doubt, I'll throw it to you a vote right here. Tiberius, no operator. That's me. Who had the better team? We'll throw it to a poll. That being said, after all of the choices have been put forth, do you have any comments, Tiberius? Any comments whatsoever?
Instead of a comment, I'd like to ask you a question. Just that this doesn't have to be included in our teams, but Flamebone. If you had to pick somebody for Flamebone, do you have anyone off the top of your head that you would pick?
Jogo. But fuck, I already chose Jujutsu Kaisen. I can't pick that. Hold on.
Well, this don't count. This doesn't connect to that.
Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Boom.
I'm going Mario Loyona.
Damn. All right. Fuck. Black Clover. All right. Damn. You win.
No, I was thinking about Yami for N10, or like pick Yami for Toby Mune.
Yami. Black Clover is great, honestly. Black Clover's got a lot of great fucking characters, in my honest opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like that's one series that like I always thought was cool, but I kind of keep my ear to the ground and see, like seeing what happens in like current. It's just gotten so crazy, like with Yuno and like the way their powers, like they're really like crazy strong now.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me started, honestly, about like where Black Clover is now. It's just like where Black Clover is now, as opposed to where I want it to be, is not anywhere close. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's as bad as like Tokyo Revengers for me. Tokyo Revengers is like, I completely disavow the entire ending. It doesn't exist for me. Whereas like Black Clover, I've yet to see it, but I don't know.
Yeah, Black Clover, like I watched the first, like man, I'll tell you the Elf arc, or like around with like Julius Novachrono losing to like Licht or whatever. Or Paltry or whatever his name was.
Paltry, yes, 100%.
I love Julius Novachrono is like the dopest mage name I've ever heard. I really love like how they depict time.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right,
entertain chat.
All right, chat. Yeah, chat. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna type the lineups in. All right, let's see. here's my lineup. All right, we got for Enton, we got Afro. It's gonna take me a second to type this up, guys. Give me a second. We have Afro Samurai, Afro from Afro Samurai for Enton. Cloud Gouger. I have Hay from Darker Than Black. Kumayori. I have Shunsui from Bleach. The Magatsumi, I have Shugen. Subaru Sword. I got King Bradley. Female EB. Oh, my cat's going crazy. Her name's Ginkgo from Isekai Samurai. Is that everything? 1, 2. How y'all holding up though, chat? By the way, my bad. Oh, Toby Mune. Thank you, Coconut. You're right. I forgot about Toby Mune. All right, so here's my picks. Goddamn cat. All right, so those are my picks. No ops got, let me think. Yeah, he got Mob Psycho for Magatsumi. Has Biscuit for female Enchanted Blade wielder. Right? For Cloud Gouger. Who did he have for Cloud Gouger? Y'all remember who he had for Cloud Gouger? I got a bad memory. For Enton, he had Kisame Hoshigaki. I'll let that name. Oh, Kash, thank you. Kashimo, you're right. Toby Mune. Who did he have for Toby Mune?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm typing out the list real quick. Who'd you have for Toby Mune?
Sesshomaru.
Sesshomaru.
I have returned.
Sesshomaru.
Loud, thank you for the 10. Both had good picks, and I missed a lot of them, but from what I saw, I gotta go with No Op. Oh, you're so kind.
You know, Loud, you're all out the group chat.
Damn.
Just kidding.
It's that real.
Shout out to Loud. He elevated. He was Loud Gaming. He's now Loud Media. That's what you call elevate. That's innovation.
Woo! All right. Give all of the pictures of everybody. That's a lot. Hold on.
Okay. Who did you have for Subaru's blade?
Juzo.
The other enchant. Juzo. Okay, let me see if I got. Let's see. I got Magatsumi. 1, 2, 3.
I can tell you all of my people.
And Kumayori. Who'd you have for Kumayori?
Shinji Hirako.
Shinji.
My choices were. Here, I'll give you the whole spiel. It was Sushi. 5th Blade was Juzo. 6th Blade Unknown Girl was Biscuit Kruger. Shinichi Magatsumi was Shigeo Kageyama, Mob Psycho. Toby Mune was Sesshomaru from Inuyasha. Cloud Gouger was Kashimo Hajime. Enton was Kashimo. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Kisame Hoshigaki. Too similar of names. Yeah, I think that's everyone.
Yeah, this was fun.
I enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun picking the characters. Higuruma with Kumayori. Higuruma, you know what? Honestly, Higuruma is a great character. I love Higuruma more than anything in the world. He gets way too much glaze. Way too much glaze. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah, Like he's great, but he's like getting like he does get insane levels.
What's crazy is, you know what, being in the YouTube Shorts game, Yuji is like a great character. I love Yuji, but people think he is way too strong. It's actually kind of insane.
I don't get it. Like I'm cool with people like, you know, they like him. They think that he could reach special grade because Yuji has like still a lot to learn. And if it's like Megami. Megami would be special grade if he had a different mindset. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, in character, Megami is not a special grade.
I hate having discussion with people and they're like, oh yeah, like Yuji in like 10 years would be the strongest sorcerer. I'm like, okay, but like that's not the Yuji that we got by the end of the fucking 271. Let's stop. Please, we have to stop talking about Yuji like we're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen sequel. Like we're not. We're talking about Yuji by the end of 271. Yeah. Yuji by the end of 271 is not able to use Divine Arrow Fuga. I don't care what anybody says. Like, would he be able to use it in 2 years? Maybe, sure. I won't even argue that. That's not even an argument.
He can't even use piercing blood. He can't even use piercing blood.
That's what I mean.
Like the fuck?
Thank you. That's what I mean. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like he's great. He's a great character. He's just not special grade. And if you think he reaches special grade, cool. But like a lot of like Jujutsu Kaisen, the thing with Yuji is like he's not from a Jujutsu background, nope. which is why Gojo sees like him as like the light, because he's not tainted by Jujutsu ways. He like no sorcerer, like in season 1 when Mahito traps Nanami in the domain, no sorcerer would break into Mahito's domain. Yeah. Because they're programmed and trained to be worried and cautious of domains. They would call for backup, or they would just see it as Nanami's lost. Yuji doesn't have that ingrained in him. He breaks through because he wants to save Nanami.
Yep. I think there's a lot of things that like I love Yuji. Yuji's one of my favorite characters of all time. Like I want to make that very clear. But like,
yeah,
when people are like, oh, like Yuji has blood manipulation. No, he doesn't. Yuji can't even use convergence on his own. Like it's very clear.
He can make his blood explode, and it doesn't do much damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's basically it. Like Yuji's reverse curse technique is superior to most people, but like he's also like not even that great at using it because he just hasn't been using it that long. Like he can use it, like that's, don't get me wrong, but like compared to like someone the one thing I hate recently, and I'm getting on my soapbox now, but the one thing I hate recently is like people that are telling me that like Yuji would beat like Yuki Tsukumo. Like I just think that's the most insane thing to ever be said.
She would start punching through his like arms. You know what I mean? Eventually, like
that's what I mean.
Because Yuji's RCT is just not going to be able to keep up. Because she's great hand to hand too.
I had someone tell me today that excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm burping. I'm sorry.
You're good, bro.
Fucking someone told me that like Kenjaku's domain expansion has no feats whatsoever.
Yeah, what?
And it's like, okay, like you could argue, sure, Kenjaku only used his domain against Yuki, and sure, if we want to be like, oh, it's only used against Yuki, there's no feats, sure, we could say that, but also at the same time, like, there's also steadily a large amount of information that can be implied just from Kenjaku's domain expansion being used. Like, I feel like
Yuki's a special grade, right?
Yes.
He's wiping her simple domain, like just wiping it away. Like he's just chipping it away like nothing. Like she taught Toto simple domain, right? So she's like proficient enough to pass on teachings of it. It's not like she's just some Joe Blow that it's not like she's Eno's bum ass using simple domain. It's like she is like more proficient than people give her credit for. Like her like every character, there's a like drawback to them. Yuji's drawback is he's only been a sorcerer for 6 months. Megami's is his mindset. Like Nobara is her like her not being grounded in her abilities, just not being realistic. Whether
It's
you're being
also the way,
too,
in my opinion, it's the way that it's the way that Gege designs his fights. Also, at the same time, like
they're more
it's
ideal. It's ideals, like
yeah, it's also a way of like where like a character like Yuki that is clearly meant to be a special grade, one of the 4 special grades, one of the what was supposedly supposed to be one of the strongest characters of all time. Like they died in their very first battle. Sure, that's what Gege set up for them, but like what Yuki's curse technique, what her power was assumed to be, goes over what the fact that she died her very first battle. It's the same thing like when people would say that Jogo was weak. Like, like Jogo is not weak, but also at the same time, like, yeah, he lost all of his battles, but both of those battles were against the 2 strongest people in the entire world. It's like when people say that,
it's
like,
matchup based.
yeah, it's very much matchup based. Like I saw someone say to me, like, oh, like, Kenjaku would struggle with Jogo and Mahito, so therefore Kenjaku can't be that strong in the grand scheme of things. And I think like Jogo and like comparing to Jogo and Mahito of all things in the all series, like Mahito is such a very specific character, not even including Jogo. Like Mahito like is a character that like just has hacks. It's just matchup based. It has nothing to do with strength. Like Mahito has a pretty decent win con against most characters, even if they're stronger than him. It's just like, it's the way that their matchups work. It is completely different based off of, it's not A, B. A is stronger than B, therefore B is stronger than C. It's a completely different narrative.
Yeah, like go put Kurorushi against Yuta with if he can't output positive energy. That fight's very different.
Yep.
Yuta's got to try a lot harder. Yuta's getting pushed. Not because of how not because he can like separate his body and shit, and he has that festering life sword. Like anybody without RCT against Kurorushi is dead.
Literally, like I hate the idea of that we've just constantly seen recently of people that think that like Yuji is able to beat Yuta, people that think Yuji is able to beat Yuki. People that,
I'm like, how? Like, where? What are they? Like, I'm not one to like say anyone's got reading comprehension issues.
People that think Yuji can beat Sukuna or is like a decent, reasonable threat to Sukuna is crazy to me. Like, it is made so
Sukuna
heavily.
won the fight.
Yeah.
If not for Nobara waking up for 30 minutes, Sukuna won that fight. Even he needed Megami's help and because
Nobara's.
Sukuna was going to cook him.
Yes, the Megami fight. It's so many people forget that like Megami's shadow started going against Sukuna inside of Yuji's domain, and also right before Sukuna was about to hit domain, Nobara hit Sukuna with the resonance, the soul resonance, which is what let Sukuna be open for the soul dismantle hit of the domain in the first place. Yeah,
so Yuji does not get that allowance in a straight 1v1. Like Sukuna's smoking on that Yuji pack like one hand. Like
it's crazy to me that people think
it's Sukuna. Like
it's crazy to me people compare Yuji to Sukuna at all in general. It's
the Sukuna Gojo debate. Like at least, I personally just don't see Gojo ever beating Sukuna personally. That's just me personally. But I'm not saying that doesn't mean that Gojo doesn't have the ability to kill Sukuna, excuse me. Like when everyone makes fun of Sukuna for the Maharaga, this motherfucker's launching a nuke. Like anybody is gonna be pressed. That's an ability that can kill Sukuna. Like just because I think that Sukuna would win, personally, that doesn't mean I'm saying Gojo doesn't have the ability to kill Sukuna. You know what I mean? Like if it's out of 10 battles, Gojo's is killing Sukuna in some of those battles.
100. I think it definitely comes down to one's chance. I also hate the 3v1 the conversation. I think it's such a fucking unrealistic fucking thing because like no one would give Megami the same fucking nonsense, right? Like if Megami was fighting somebody, no one would be like, oh wow, if Megami was using Nue and fucking Max Elephant at the same time, like oh, it was a 3v1 versus this person. Like, that's just not this.
And
I
Sukuna
don't
would much rather be in his
hate
body.
that fucking narrative that people are like, oh, Sukuna was 3v1ing. Like, dude, he was just using the curse technique that he had. No, he wasn't 3v1ing.
And he's a cursed object. He doesn't have his own body. He's a cursed object too. Like, this is a plan that was like he finessed this whole thing. It's not like he just lucked up and he carefully waited. He patiently waited. Every chance he got to be an asshole, Sukuna was an asshole. And when he was in, by the way, when I'm actually doing a video about the many faces of Sukuna right now and the 3 different forms and like how he moved differently in them, like look at how he fought Mahoraga and Shibuya. This dude's doing aerobatic movement. He's using Yuji's physical, his physical base, like differently than he did in Maguna. Like the way he fought in Maguna was more curse technique based. It's surrounded by his usage of curse technique. Like no one is better than Sukuna in curse energy application. Like curse, like that's his bag. But in Yuji's body, he's using his vessels like what Yuji's good at. You know what I mean? Like he's just way more physical. Like you see him like just more athletic because it's Yuji's body in Yuji Kuna. In Maguna, he's still like doing natural, like Megumi's even got like some acrobatic movement, but not like Yuji. It's different fighting styles for the body. And then when he gets in his main body, it's more like he's just flexing his curse energy application across the board with binding vows and all that.
I just think what it really comes down to is like like I don't know, man. It's just I think Sukuna, when it comes down to it, Sukuna versus Gojo is really generally just such an interesting fight. Like, sure, you could argue world cutting slash. You could argue, Gojo should have won, domain clash. Blah 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 blah. I think at the end of the day, what Gege was always trying to get across was that the Heian era Sukuna was the most powerful sorcerer in attendance. Like, even if Gojo went against Heian era Sukuna without Mahoraga, without Chimera Beast Agito, without all that stuff, I feel like Sukuna would have been able to overcome those odds and would have been able to win. I feel like a lot of people, I know a lot of people don't believe that, but I personally believe that. I feel like Sukuna was always meant to be the strongest sorcerer. Gojo was never meant to overcome, but that's just me.
No, it's 100%. It's more about like what they mean to the narrative than power scale. And like I don't think people like, where's the story go? If Gege always had Sukuna being the final villain, right? That's obviously Gege's vision. Why then? Do you really expect Sukuna to die against Gojo?
That's a big point too. Like that's
the creator's vision.
Yeah, narrative wise, if Gojo won, where the fuck does the story even go? Where does the story go after that?
I think people had a lot of stock in Kenjaku, and to be fair, I don't blame them.
I agree with that. I can understand, but even then, Kenjaku was always meant to be like a non-consequential threat to Gojo. Gojo was always like, Kenjaku, I'm gonna fucking dust you into pieces in 2 seconds.
Yeah, like he hid behind like Sukuna. It's like, and one thing I want to
hiding behind Sukuna is always funny to me. When Gojo actually pulls up out of the prison realm, and Kanjoshi's like, hey, hi.
I love, bro. Gojo, like, when Gojo got out of the prison realm, he like skyrocketed like up my favorite list.
It's so true though.
Like I like his character starts to really like when you see like what Gege's doing with his character is very like beautifully tragic and tragically beautiful. That's Gojo, But like one thing, like I caught this early on and I kind of got like cooked a little bit for it in the beginning. But I was telling people like, man, Kenjaku is just bored. He doesn't want to make the Culling games or make the merger. His goal is to like find entertainment, and I think I call it like the curse of Ennui or whatever it is. Like like not being fulfilled, like always searching for fulfillment or like enjoyment. And like he's a genius born in the golden era that he wasn't a fighter. He didn't like search out for like good fights. That wasn't his thing. You know what I mean? Like the Heian era, people who love to fight, that was their like that bag. That was their like the golden era. He's searching for something more. And you know, Takaba delivered that. Takaba gave him enough entertainment to, you know, avert his eyes and attention so he could get sneaked.
Yo, Takaba is like such a fucking amazing character. I love Takaba, and man, the potential special
JJK
grade,
so good.
bro.
JJK so yeah. See, like he's someone who your curse technique is 80% of your potential in that world. He is somebody that's automatically special grade because of his ability in the right like setting. If he was like went to jujitsu headquarters, you know what I mean? Like just based off his curse technique, he's special grade.
The fact that he was able to hold off Kenjaku the way that he was is just a special grade feat.
With one ball out at that. The dude got a ball out.
Like
he's balling out literally.
Like Takaba in and of itself like does meet the criteria of being able to stun lock all of Jujutsu Society. Would he be able to do it in the same exact way as everybody else? Probably not. But like it's a completely different ball game. Like
yeah.
Excuse me. Kenjaku.
Okay, brother.
Kenjaku being Kenjaku being able to handle Takaba is a feat that not many people understand, in my honest opinion. I feel like a lot of people feel like, oh, Kenjaku was able to just, you know, handle Takaba, no problem. Most people would not be in the same predicament as Kenjaku. Kenjaku is a 1,000-year-old brain that specifically dedicated a decent amount of its time to enjoying comedy as a whole throughout its 1,000-year reign. It's very important to understand that most characters would not be able to reach Takaba at the level that Kenjaku was able to reach Takaba at. Takaba only considered Kenjaku's criticism of his comedy specifically because Kenjaku was able to critique Takaba's comedy like he was a master, like he was a professional, like he was a full-on understanding of comedy as a whole. It is like if you put Takaba up against someone like Sukuna, I don't know if Sukuna would be able to have as great of results against Takaba's curse technique as Kenjaku did. Would Sukuna probably be able to win the fight overall? Sure, probably. He is one of the strongest sorcerers of all time. But the point is, like, Kenjaku was one of the best sorcerers against Takaba because Kenjaku was so knowledgeable about comedy in general that when he critiqued Takaba's comedy, Takaba actually listened and then said, oh shit, this guy knows what he's talking about.
They're reaching each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he was going bar for bar with Takaba, essentially, like knowing like what he's doing. You know, like he does, like he mentioned something about like the little bow that he does. You know, like he says, oh, that's like a perfect arch or something like that. And he's like, you know, like he's just like going bar for bar saying, oh, I see what you're doing, but this is funnier, or you're not doing it as good as this. And it's like making Takaba second guess himself or his comedy.
Literally, and it's just because Kenjaku had so much of a knowledge of comedy as a whole.
He saw the roots of it being developed.
Criticized Takaba was like, oh shit, I feel like I'm actually getting criticized by someone that knows what they're talking about. Whereas like when Takaba fought Hazanoki, when Hazanoki was like, oh dude, you're not funny, Takaba was like, oh dude, fuck you, I'm hilarious, what the fuck are you talking about? Whereas like Kenjaku comedy was able to reach him at a level that most people would not be able to.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, that comes from Kenjaku's like Kenjaku's like going through the time. It, you know, you kind of wonder like I always thought I would like to see a timeline of all the vessels Kenjaku was in, and like what substantial thing that they did at like each vessel. Like, cause you feel like Kenjaku had to have a plan for who he picked, or maybe there was just years where he had to bide his time in a normal-ish vessel, and maybe one of those people is like a comedy executive or some shit.
I think it's so funny. Actually, I was cracking up because we're talking about Kenjaku, we're talking about Takaba, and all this, all the gender bending. Both of us have girl avatars.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, boy. Wait till you meet the avatar in Chojin X. Boy, I can't.
Is that you? Is that who your avatar is?
Yeah. She's
mine's from
Chojin
Expedition
X.
33.
Yeah, that's scary looking. I'm gonna have nightmares looking at your avatar.
I'm Clay, bitch. I'm Clay. I'm the creator of Nevrons. I'm the creator of all the enemies in my video game.
Well, look how pretty mine's is. Sora.
Are you trying to say Clay isn't pretty?
She looks like she needs some chapstick and some lotion.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Damn. Now it's like a roast battle of the fucking profile pictures. Nah, dude. I tell you what though, man. Like, this is my first stream like since I've been back, and I had a lot of fun though, dude. This was I needed this. I had a lot of fun.
Dude. Good, dude. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as well. Super duper fun. Obviously, we're coming up on the end. We're coming up on 2.5 hours. Is there anything that you wanted to say in regards to your team before we hit the end game?
I do. I would like to say the community, y'all are a bunch of frauds, except the 2 people that voted for me, because I voted for myself. So out of those 10 votes, I know it's me and 2 other people. Y'all are my goats.
Let's go. Yeah, Jared Washington, thank you for the 5. Thank you for the Tiberius thing. You're right here. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for the 5. Thank you for the 5. You ever thought about doing chapter reviews for Hunter x Hunter from where the anime ended? Would be great. Content weekly. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I could cover just Hunter x Hunter just from where the anime ended, but like, I'm waiting for Takashi to drop the next couple of chapters. I already know he's sketched up to like 430. We got plenty of chapters to go. So
and where he left off was crazy, right? I don't read it, but I keep up to what the current events of it.
There's the one thing I'll always give Takashi is the fact that like this man is dealing with a very big fucking issue, and he's like, you know what? I don't give a fuck if I die. My series is gonna go the way that I want my series to go. It's gonna take as long as I want it to, and I respect that. I respect that. I'll respect that more than anything in the world. Yeah,
because his wife draws Sailor Moon, so she is an accomplished creator that in her own right has made one of the most like biggest IPs out of Japan ever. Sailor Moon is huge. You know what I mean? So it's not like she's a slouch. She's offered to like draw for him, but he's like this is my baby, this is my creation, and you gotta respect that. Like same with Ishida. The reason why Chojin X chapters like drop all weird is because Ishida didn't want to like publish this normally. He didn't want to be rushed. He wants to draw the chapters. He does most of the art himself. I think he has 2 assistants that do very minor work or something like that.
And I'll respect that more than anything in the goddamn world. Taking your time, dude. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Taking your time is the best thing you could possibly do as a creator. And it's tough to get the reins to be able to take your time, but being able to take your time is something that that any creator is blessed to have. So I'm glad that Ishida is able to take their time. I'm glad that every creator that gets blessed with the ability to, hey, you know what, you make such good shit that you could fucking take as much time as you need to make it. It's a blessing and a half that every creator ever hears in the world. And you know what? I'm glad that certain people are able to hear it. And Sweet Ishida is one of the people that's able to hear it. Seriously.
Hokuzono. I hope Hokazono gets that treatment because that man needs to fix his release schedule because he's killing. He's got to be like really killing himself. That dude's got, like, you
Bro,
see the
the
spreads he's
weekly
delivering week to
schedule
week
that
to
he's
week to week to
on,
week to
good for
week.
him, bro. Good for him, bro. He's killing
Like,
it.
he deserves to like take a break. Like Gege eventually had to go 3 weeks on, 1 week off. You know what I mean? Like I hope Hokazono
Yeah.
finds a balance to where he doesn't burn himself out because he's a young talent.
Yeah.
And that can be really taken advantage of in corporate America.
It's
'Cause
bad.
it's a business
It's bad when you
above
got
all.
when you got people like Yuto Suzuki fucking going 160, 100, almost 200 chapters without taking a single break. It's like
Crazy.
fuck, bro, dude. It's like
It's like you respect it, but you worry.
Yes,
Because we've seen
that's
the
exactly
downfall.
what it is.
World Trigger's mangaka, Nana's mangaka. Like these are like Nana's that manga most likely would never come back. World Trigger, that poor woman, like she has health issues and she's wasn't shown in Jump originally. Then it got moved because of her health and all that. But she's still like publishing chapters. Like sometimes she'll skip a month, or sometimes in a month she'll give you 2 chapters in a month. Like, you know, you just gotta feel bad because they're dying for their craft. It's respectable, but it's like they're humans above all.
Yeah, it's fucking shitty, man. What we do to create.
All right,
man.
so now someone, the person that just voted. Oh my god, the cat is crazy. I just got a kitten and she just jumped on my desk and there's no room to be jumping up here. Good thing she's small. But to the person who just voted, you're added to my list of frauds because you just took my 30% down to 27%. I'm watching.
Damn, that's
I know
crazy.
y'all. I'm coming for y'all feet.
Look, whatever you
the
feel,
damn beauty, it's a
however you
psyop.
feel about either of our draft picks, I will tell you 110%. We both put our whole bussies into it.
That's
I
it.
put my bussy.
Oh.
Tiberius put his bussy. That's what matters.
From the front, I put
The bussy. If you ever have a creator giving you their whole bussy, you better respect it.
you accept the bussy. We love the bussy around
you
here.
always accept the bussy. But for real, thank you all so much for participating. Thank you so much for being here, hanging out with us while we yapped about random nonsense and also picked our Enchanted Blade drafts. I hope you guys enjoyed our Enchanted Blade drafts, and if you have your own Enchanted Blade drafts, please feel free to comment below. Tiberius, do you have anything to add?
Also drop them in the Reddit. Let's light that Reddit up again.
Check out Hishaku Hideout. They
the
produce some
Kagurabachi podcast.
the great Kagurabachi podcast. Go subscribe to Hishaku Hideout. Go subscribe to Tiberius. Go subscribe to just subscribe to everything that you possibly can. Subscribe to everything. Just hit the button. God damn it. What do you have to lose?
That's it. Support creators.
It's free. Support the creators, exactly. We got female avatars. What more do you want from us?
Yeah, we're talking about the bussy. Come on.
The bussy. All right. Anyway, I love you all. I appreciate the draft viewership. Is there anything that you want to add before we get out of here, Tiberius?
No, I appreciate the shout out for the Hishaku Hideout. You know, me and my homie Dice, we run a weekly Kagurabachi podcast. We drop episodes. They usually drop on Monday, and they're just chapter discussions and things like that. Well, you know, it's a good time, laid back, real cool. We'll have No Operator on there soon for sure. We have Alonzi coming on pretty soon. And I mean, other than that, I mean, I appreciate coming on. I had a lot of fun. Noab's always been the homie to me. It's been like 2 years now, and he's never steered me wrong. So y'all make sure to subscribe to him. If you don't even like his content, you just happen to click now into the stream. Subscribe to him as a person. He deserves the support.
As a person, he said, "Damn, that's some real fucking that's some real
deep
commendation. I appreciate that."
No problem, brother.
Nah, seriously, no. Go subscribe to Sorry, holy shit, I can't even speak. Go subscribe to Tiberius. Go subscribe to the Shaku Hideout. The Kagurabachi content is just beginning. As Tiberius said, Alonzi creating the whole Kagurabachi network. We're all going to come together and be great Kagurabachi creators. But if you want to get the best possible coverage of this content before it becomes mainstream, subscribe to Tiberius, subscribe to me, subscribe to Hishaku Hideout, subscribe to everything that you possibly can, because I promise you, you're going to get the best possible content you possibly could. And that being said,
Banger.
I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I hope you have a great rest of your life, because I promise you, we'll all be here for it. Right, Tiberius?
That's right. That spirit bomb energy, baby.
Spirit bomb energy, baby. All right, everyone have a great night. Appreciate you.
Hey. Peace.
Be good.